offense, David Jaffe, but that's bullshit.
Well, welcome, you delightful delinquents, to the Gavin and the Games for the 25th of November. It's nice to see you. Good to have you here. You know what? I'm going to change my mind. Hey, Cal, will you mind shutting the door before you head back? Yep. Thank you, buddy. That is my sweet boy, Calvin, shutting the door because the dog wanted to come in, and I said, sure. Now, I don't feel that that's the right decision. I feel I made the wrong call. Welcome to the show, everybody, as we roll into the Thanksgiving weekend. It's good to have you. That was Phil Collins, of course. If you're listening after the fact, it won't be there because I will have cut it off in order to avoid any sort of, YouTube stuff. All right, what's up? I'm in a cranky mood today. I'll be honest with you guys. Don't you hate people with preface shit? I'm always honest with you guys. I got sent that link that's going around saying that I am the least liked, let's just say it, most hated member of Last Stand Media. Which tracks. And I shouldn't be surprised given that a meaningful, not probably majority, but a meaningful percentage of that audience is made of a bunch of right-wing people who don't approve of my progressive ways. But I don't care. I'm going to be honest with you. I just did it again. I don't care. I care a little. I care a lot. I care a little. I don't care. I don't know. It bothers me, though. And here's, I got it figured out. Here's why it bothers me. It bothers me because I want to believe that honesty and genuine discourse will always win the day. But that's not true, is it, fellas and filettis? It's not true. What's true is, you go along to get along. You don't rock the boat. You tell people what they want to hear. You put your finger into the wind after you lick it for some reason. And you know which way the wind is blowing, and you basically move down the road in that direction, and you run with the herd. And guess what? Everyone will love you. Everybody will pay you. Everybody will show up for your fucking shows. And I wanted to believe that was the anomaly, that the truth was people vibed with honesty, even if it wasn't their opinion. Well, that's not true. And there's two ways you can go from there. You can pivot and say, well, I'd like to be more liked. I'd like to be more successful. So I'll make changes to be more liked, and I'll smooth off the rough edges. Or you can burn the whole fucking thing down. And I would rather burn the whole fucking thing down on the way out the door, because I can't do that, and I don't want to do that. And I find people like that horrible and awful. And God. So if you're watching and you're one of those people, oh my God, I hate you. I hate your type of person. I hate that you were raised in a fucking family that is so, don't rock the boat, honey. Don't let people know daddy beats me and drinks and fucks his secretary. Let everybody think everything's A-okay. Wink. I hate it. I hate the way you live your life. I don't hate you as a person. But I hate that you demand a level of inauthenticity in order to feel safe and good. It's gross, it's wrong, it's damaging, it's unhealthy for us as a society, for you as a human being. Hey, Jezebelly steps back up to the plate. Good to see you, Jezebelly. Good to see you, Jezebelly. Welcome back to the Diet Soda Soldiers. Always great to have you, buddy. Appreciate that. Seriously, you know I do. The dislike for you makes me feel alienated from that community, says Zandatsu. Still listen to the podcast. I won't interact. I fucking love a lot of that community. They're good people. But I'm just fucking tired. And you know what? I'm in a fucking mood today to go on a fucking tear, like I said, and burn the shit down. You want to call in today? I'm not trying to be like I'm not fronting like, yeah, you fucking come at me today. Fuck you. What am I going to do? My voice on the phone. But you want to come at me today? Today's the day you should come at me. If you're a hate watcher, if you disagree, I got video game news lined up all day long, all up your butthole. I didn't even have to finish the sentence. You know what I'm saying. I got news lined up all day. We got the Sony handheld to talk about. We got a new sniper video to look at. We got some videos coming out from Amazon Prime from their new series where they make movies about Concord, whatever the fuck, little trailers, 40-second trailers. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. But I'm also in a mood to say, fuck these bitches. I'm sick of them, and I'm sick of their fucking bullshit culture war shit. I'm sick of them picking on trans people. I'm sick of them acting like they know anything in the goddamn world about anything outside of what's in their fucking front door or inside their front door. They don't know shit. They know what Joe Rogan tells them. Suddenly now we want to side with Russia. Because we're trying to start World War III. If you live, fuck you, you fucking politically ignorant idiots. I'm tired of it. So yeah, you're here and you're a hate watcher. Call in, you fucking ballless prick. That's right, Bukaki. I did want to say though. Oh, shut up, Addy Pie. Go stick a stick in your butthole. I got nothing against Joe Rogan, but when Joe Rogan's so fucking stupid and he's got a big fucking platform like he has, we should not tell Ukraine to protect themselves. Fuck you, Joe Rogan. You have fucking somebody come into Texas with fucking bombs from Putin, and then you say the same goddamn thing. These fuckers are trying to survive. They're trying to defend themselves any way they can. They should just give up. Fuck you, idiot. Well, yeah, but that's because I feel bad for you. Bukaki says I can't even be mean to Jaffe anymore. He just giggles. That's because you are consistently going between someone who has discovered the Jesus and yourself, the semi-lead frontman of a band called Quitter. And they're two very different personalities, and so it's just funny. Jaffe's Toyota got repossessed. First off, I'm a very fortunate human on the planet. I don't pay for my cars other than up front. I don't have a car payment. But if I did, and they came to repossess a 2003 Toyota Corolla, they'd be like, you know what, man? You need this more than we do, apparently. You can keep it. You can keep it. Okay. Anyway, point is, fellas, yeah, I did read that and it got me a little cranky. It did. So I'm in a bad mood. No, that's not true. I'm glad to be here with you guys. I'm in a good mood in that sense. But you know what? Here's what I'll tell you. I'm tired of gamers. And I don't mean games. I don't mean people who actually play games. Fucking Stalker 2 is the tits. Am I doing it right? Stalker 2 is the tits. It's excellent. There are some great fucking games out this year. I'm not mad about games. I'm sick of gamers on the internet. Zeke wants me to focus on the ones that love you, not hate you. I do. That's why I'm sharing. I'm pouring my heart out to you, Zechariah. I'm not giving these guys oxygen. I'm emoting. I'm a very expressive individual. And I'm saying, hey, that bothers me. I go on those shows. I put in a lot of time. Don't get me wrong. They pay me. And I'd go on them for free. And I have gone on them for free. But I put a lot of time and energy into it. And I see these assholes. Yeah. You know what, bitch? I'll tell you what. You want to come at me with your fucking half-baked, barely baked opinion of the trans community, then you fucking walk half a block in my fucking shoes. I got a gay brother, I had a gay uncle, I have a trans son. I've been around the block as an ally with these wonderful people. You don't know shit. You don't know shit. And I'm sick of hearing about you people picking on the trans community. It's a mental health. Fuck you, motherfucker. You're a mental health problem. You're my mental health problem. How about that? Boy, I'll tell you what, if I could take a fucking T-shot to get rid of you, trust me, I'd be right there every goddamn week taking the T-shot if I get rid of my mental health problem, which is your fucking ignorance. It's AFK unless Jaffe says something that makes me want to comment. I'll alert the media, Ravnos. Thanks for letting us know. Anyway, yeah, Fupy says, I just played a bit more Stalker 2. It's really very basic and cumbersome. Yeah, I just said it was a great game. It's awesome. What are you talking about? But again, I respect your opinion. That's how I'm different. That's how I'm special. Wink. YouTube says I'm in the 0.03 of your fan base and I watch 43 times the amount of an average person. Anthony, if that's true, then I need your ass subscribing to the fucking channel. I really don't. You don't have to subscribe. You give me, clearly you pay a lot in advertising. But I've never even seen you before. How can you be that and you're not in our Discord? You're, Yeah, Usain Bolt is now suddenly playing ball because I fucking banned his ass. Banned his fucking ass for about a minute. I timed him out. You wanna crack wise in the chat and you wanna be funny? Then here's a tip: be funny. Be fucking funny. Talk to my boss. Most Stalker 2 NPCs once you get them in your crosshairs. That's true. That's true. Okay, let's talk about something else that's pissing me off today, though. Can we do that? Is that all right? Do you guys mind? The Rock, one of the richest people on the fucking planet. You hear this stupid ding-dong bullshit horseshit this guy said? You're not banned. I timed you out. You probably didn't even know what you were still typing. The kids will think this is funny, Ma. The guys are going to love what I'm typing now. And you didn't even realize you'd been timed out. Yeah, I can't handle it. If you're going to be funny, be funny. But the worst thing in the world is somebody who thinks they're funny and they keep going. Hello, Ninovi Steck. Thank you, Shisha Saleh. But listen to The Rock, this rich fuck, and I like The Rock. I like The Rock. I'm a fan for the most part. But here's what he says. Did you hear this today? The Rock says people should be able to sing in movie theaters. Here's his quote. You've paid your hard-earned money for a ticket, and you've gone into a musical, and you're into it. Sing. Here's a thought, you bald-headed bitch. I paid my hard-earned money for a ticket, too. And I don't want to sit there and watch Wicked or Moana or any of these fucking musicals while some fucking moron is behind me going, defying gravity. Fuck you. That's what you do in the homestead. Usain Bolt says, I'm funny, man. When you have to tell somebody you're funny. Yes, Mutant Mo, there have been movie theaters because Wicked was a big hit this weekend. And people have been putting up signs who run the theater saying, hey, please don't, we're glad you're here for Wicked. We love that you're here for Wicked. Zeke says if you paid to see Wicked, you have other issues. Come on now. I'm looking forward to it. It's got some great music in it. But, and then they put up a sign that says, hey, don't sing in the movie. And people got upset, and The Rock had to chime in with his stupid fucking Black Adam, Shazam bullshit. I saw Gladiator 2 last night, says Bukaki. Shit was good. I've heard it's good. I've absolutely heard it's good. Now, of course, I had to wade through all the bullshit YouTube videos from all these fucking grifter fucks that were like, nah, it turns its back on masculinity. Shut up, you fucking bitches. I've never seen so many men who claim to be masculine complaining about the lack of masculinity. You know what a real fucking man does? A real masculine goddamn man? He doesn't think about masculinity. He just lives his fucking life, and by nature of default, he's masculine. You don't think about it. You just are it. Had somebody write me on my fucking chat the other day saying, it took me till I was 29 to discover my masculinity. It's not a treasure. It's not the lost ark. You're just you, man. And you're probably gay. Let's be honest. And nothing wrong in the world with being gay. But just fucking own that shit. You discovered your masculinity at 29? Bullshit. Bullshit. You are in a fucking closet so deep that you're seeing sales from last Black Friday in there for sweaters, and you know it and I know it. My son is masculine. Calvin's more masculine than I am. Calvin's cooler than I am. My brother, who's gay as the day is long, is a hell of a lot more masculine than I am. He can fix all kinds of shit and do things with tools. I think it's called a wrench. I don't know what it is, and you fucking take the lug nut, or I don't know what you do with those things, but he's great at it. Bukaki says, men admire me, women tremble around me because of my IT levels. It just comes naturally to guys like me. Oh my God, you are... Yeah, oh, I never mind. I was gonna bring up this arty farty movie from the early 2000s, late 90s called like The Something and the Diving Bell, about this guy who's a paraplegic and he lives his whole life in his imagination. And then I'm like, Bukagi's not gonna get some fucking reference about the butterfly and the diving bell. Just shut up. Tyler says Tucker Carlson made the most gay masculine video ever. Tucker Carlson literally, and I'm stunned this didn't get more play because you guys loved Tucker Carlson. He's your man. Diving bell and the butterfly. There you go, Frank. He literally said Republicans are easy to lie to and they believe anything and everything. What? What? That's your people. What are you talking about? Let me give you a new link, Anthony. Hang on, buddy. Oh, you guys. Oh, man. Let me get a little... I'd love to get like a sex worker who's a gamer. No, that's really absolutely true. I can't help but be racist. That's true, too. It's true. Let me get you a link, buddy. Hang on to the Discord here. I don't know why they expire. Discord needs to get that shit worked out. It's lame as fuck, man. Why do they fucking... Hey, Stoner Joe. Good to see you, buddy. I don't know why the Discord... Oh, thank you, Bukaki. He got you covered. Thanks, bud. I don't know why they do that. It's like, hey, do you want it to expire? No, never. Boom. And then it expires. Weird, huh, guys? Isn't that weird? I would be so bad at stand-up. Do you guys know how Discord, and then you just don't expire and you send it out and then it expires? Have I ever entered the black hole? No, but I have rewatched The Black Hole, Disney's film, which was much destroyed by critics. I hated it when I was a kid because I thought I was going to see Star Wars. And it was advertised as Star Wars, and they had a little robot Star Wars and all that shit. It was not good. But when you watch it now as an adult, it's pretty fucking good. It's pretty fucking good. Jaffe would bow down to aliens the second we got confirmation of their existence. I wouldn't bow down to shit. I mean, what is bowing down do? I had this Mike Warrior guy who writes in and calls in and argues with me sometimes. Seems like a decent human. Very out of his mind. He thinks I'm out of his mind, but that's okay. See, that's how it's supposed to be. I can look at Mike Warrior and go, I think you're a goddamn moron when it comes to your beliefs on religion. And he can look at me and he can go, I think you're a goddamn moron. And I can say, you know what though, buddy? Let's go get some fucking McDonald's. Because we don't have to agree. We're here in the chaos together. We're here in the soup. We're here in the shit. We're here in Nam. Why can't we just go, yeah, we all have different life experiences. I don't fucking know what's going on. You don't fucking know what's going on either. So let's enjoy the chaos together. Now I have to be right. Guys, is it okay to watch the movie Chicago, or is it woke? It's great. The movie's great. It won an Oscar. The Broadway musical upon which it's based, I think, won a Tony. It's excellent. It's excellent. It's great. I saw the play recently in San Diego. It was wonderful. Jaffe is your kid's name from Calvin and Hobbes. I didn't name him. I'm sitting at the dinner table with the boy, I don't know how many years ago. He tells us, he says, hey, I'm trans, is what he says. And we're saying, yeah, great. Cool. What can we do? And then it comes around to, well, what are you going to call yourself? What's your name? And he says, hey, Calvin. Cal. I don't know if he can hear me. I don't know why he picked that name. Like, what? The fuck are you doing? It's like when I was a kid and his age, I wanted to be a movie maker and I made up a name of a company called Jefferson Films. And it traveled with me into college. And finally, my lawyer, after I optioned a TV show, says, wait, why is your company called Jefferson Films? Are you like a real big fan of Thomas Jefferson? And I'm just like, I don't know why. I just picked it. I just fucking picked it. Maybe he was watching Back to the Future. I don't fucking know. Hey, Stoner Joe. That's the first sign of curing schizophrenia. You made a joke that makes sense. He says, black hole is what I call your mother. That's wonderful. I told you therapy would be helpful, you old so-and-so. Good. Good to hear it. But even that, though, the idea of your wife saw the musical, I love fucking musicals, man. Yeah, you know there are guys out there that have been so fucking hoodwinked and Plymouth Rocked at this point that they are not going to musicals even if they like them. That shit is bad, man. Talk about rotting your fucking soul. Bukaki says, I had somebody in another Discord say he came out to his parents as asexual. Number one, why? Yeah, why? What do your parents care? Your dad's just going to assume you can't get any pussy and are saying it's your choice. That's fair, too. That's fair, too. Have you played the indie game where it takes place in a small town and I forgot the name? Well, yeah. Oh, fuck you, Wayne B. They're great. They're great. All right, let's move on. Let's get not. Yeah, that's fine though. Oh, I loved La La Land too. That was some good stuff, man. Les Mis, of course, Les Mis is great. Musicals are great. Be a fucking man. Yeah, but that's different. Say, Zan says, I would rather be waterboarded than watch a musical. Yeah, Calvin's the same way. He doesn't like musicals either, but that's a choice. He's exposed himself to the experience and said, no, thank you, that's not for me. Like, for me, that's like quinoa, some kind of vegetarian horse shit. I'm vegetarian, but it's nasty. And I'm like, hey, would you like some quinoa? And now that I've had it, I say no, thank you. But just not liking it because it's not manly to like musicals. Fuck you. Fuck you. PK, yes, I took both my ADD pills today. There's a very good chance the second one that I took about an hour ago is really starting to hit its crescendo. We'll find out soon. There you go. Look at Trey Trimble. I want you to understand something. Not only is Trey Trimble a goddamn... oh, Bukaki, I want you to put Usain Bolt in a timeout for 5 minutes for what he just wrote. You're out of here, bitch. Not only did Trey Trimble create this for us, this is all Trey's work. You can find his amazing work a lot of places. But right now you can find it on a great channel he has over on Instagram. He does these wonderful 3D, 2D merges, a lot of 80s and 90s and kind of video game loving childhood nostalgia. It's excellent, right? He says, and he just got married, I think, a year ago. He says, I'm watching the stream in the kitchen while I cook dinner. Sweet corn, potato, bacon soup. That's a fucking man. He's an artist. He's creative. He makes a living doing what he loves. He's got a beautiful wife. I know because I fucked her. Come on now. I don't know, but I'm sure she's great. And he's cooking dinner for the woman. That's the way you do it. Does this hit the checklist? Does this hit the checklist of the things that make me a masculine man? Now that got me thinking, says Danny Wilson. Has there ever been a music video game that would work? Well, yeah, honestly, yes. There have been a couple. The first, I think it's a great question. Oh, Killer Frequency, I'm dying to play that game. It's actually out on PlayStation Plus right now. Yeah, Brett Williams is making dinner for his family. You goddamn right. But listen to this, though. The first time I ever saw a musical in a game, I want to say it was Puppeteer, and it's probably not accurate, but it's the first one I ever saw, is you come out to this forest and everybody started singing, and you didn't do much, right? But it was it was a background. And then there was the Sackboy's Big Adventure, where you're doing the level to Uptown Funk and it's all timed. The platforming is all timed to the music. And then last year or this year, there was a game that I think had Troy Baker and a bunch of other people where there was a lot of singing and shit in it, and it was a musical video game, but I haven't played it yet. It was Devil or something like that, but it was good. It was good, but I'm all over that, man. I think that's great. I know Cliffy B spends some of his money helping to produce actual Broadway musicals. I'd love to see. Yeah, Stray Gods was called, Nick. I haven't played it, though. It's a great question, Johnny. Johnny says, do you like the Tony Hawk games? Yeah, they're good. I like them, but I'm not a huge fan of them in terms of, they're not, what I tend to play a lot. But I want to tell you something. Here's another reason I'm in a bad mood today, but it relates to your question. I want to show you something real quick. So another reason I'm in a kind of a Crankpot O'Malley mood is I'm tired of the lies, okay? I'm tired of the lies on the part of the gamers that come online and they like to act like they know shit. Here's what they say. Why don't they make games like they used to? Why don't they make, this everything's woke. They do make games like they used to. You're just too stupid to figure out where to look. This is a game that's not even out yet. You can wish list it on Steam. What Steam, right, you fucking moron? I'm sure it's coming to consoles. Look at this. It's called Street Dog BMX. Now, if this game right here had been out, this is the kind of shit you say they don't make anymore. This is what you grew up playing on the PS1, PS2, PS3, Xbox 360, and it looks awesome. I don't know if it's awesome, but there's plenty of games like it that are awesome. They do make these games, but if all you fucking do is follow the same 5 big accounts on Twitter or YouTube or whatever, you would be forgiven if you weren't a fucking moron for thinking all they make is AAA. There are so many great games out there, and frankly, I'm getting tired of it. I said this pisses me off too. I'm getting tired of hearing people complain about the state of gaming. We have never had a bounty, a cornucopia of options in the interactive space like we have right now, because it has become easier and easier every year to make your own video game, to roll your own, boys and ladies, and people just ignore it. Why? Because they're fucking morons. All right, Street Dog BMX, check it out. Oh yeah, Wiley says it's a woke game. Yeah, exactly. 3D indie games got worse. Yeah, look. Jaffe, can you not understand DEI was not a thing to make games we like? Shut up, Addy Pie, you idiot. Here's what I'll tell you something, my friend Addy Pie. The minute somebody can come to me with evidence of BlackRock, DEI, the government, influencing Sweet Baby Inc., in any way, shape, or form, I will acquiesce. Look it up, what it means. It means I'll agree. I'll concede the point. But you know what I'm so fucking sick of? I'm in a bad mood today, folks. I'm in a cranky mood today. So if this is putting you off, I'm sorry, but let me know in the comments. Jaffe, I stopped watching because you're cranky, and maybe I'll be able to pull it back in the future. Because I don't want to push you away, but I'm very honest with my audience. That's just how it works. I made a video about how great I think Star Wars Outlaws is. New patch I think is great. The DLC is pretty fucking good. And how much I'm enjoying Dragon Age. Now, Dragon Age, yes, is a quote woke game, depending on how you define it. But let's just stick with let's stick with Dragon Age. Do you know how many people wrote in the comments of my YouTube channel? I mean, they thought this was their thought. They were so not self-aware. They thought they came up with the idea of saying the dialogue in Dragon Age feels like it was written with HR in the room. It was either Maddie Plays or Destin at IGN or Skill Up who basically coined that as it relates to this game. And these motherfuckers have the gall to come into my chat and talk about people being brainwashed when they are literally parroting, without knowing it, the very criticism of the fucking game that they got from a fucking YouTuber. That's Jesus calling me. Check your... Oh, okay. All right, cool. The first... Okay. I love Star Wars Outlaw, says Danny W. Me too. Such a great game. Flawed, yes. But they've done a great job fixing it. Yeah. Wonderful characters and story. I mean, that's the thing, man. I'm just tired of it. It's not... If you want to come at me and say, hey, Jaffe, I played Star Wars Outlaws, and here are the 5 things that didn't really work for me. Holy shit, what a refreshing conversation. I thought they did some really great stuff in there. But is it perfect? No. Is Dragon Age perfect? No. But if you don't have the intellectual capacity, time, or simply the dexterity to use your keyboard or the microphone, you know, Windows and Mac will transcribe or translate your shit. If you don't have the ability to do that, then just take a seat, you whore. Please take a fucking seat, you whore, is what I would say. Because you don't know anything. You're a fucking child, man. They are headline outrage gamers, says Mikey Struckman. 2 months, watch him shit all over Mikey Struckman with Diet Coke. Come on, baby, hit me. Woo. All for you, Mikey Struckman. Thank you, buddy, for that support. You know I appreciate it. We got a question of yours coming up if we get to it later in the chat. God, my head's all light now. I'm mad. But I am, you guys. Piss me off that they would write that. That I show up and I'm honest with these people. And I'm genuine, and I tell them where my perspective comes from, and I think we're all entering into it with a real sense of let's connect, let's be honest. Hey, I know you think this, and I think that. Let's talk about it. No, they don't want anything to do with that. Oh my God, Jesus fucking Christ, these fucking Mormons. They keep calling me now the Mormons. All I did was say, yeah, I'm interested in your religion. Talk to me about Joseph Smith. They won't stop calling. I was just fucking with them. Yeah, Zeke says real men don't drink Diet Coke. They eat the cans. Okay. Listen. No, the prep show was great. We did a prep show this morning. I plan on doing one every morning before the show. We did it early this morning. It's been helpful. We'll get to video games. I've already talked about video games. We're going to talk more about video games. But this is the show, man. It's real. It's genuine. Hot take, singing at the theater for Taylor Swift movie is fine. I think that's different. You're going to a concert film. But if you're going to a movie, we're talking about the rock thing. If you're going to a movie and it's a narrative and it's a story and it's opening week, just no, it's not okay. Now, I don't have any problem if the theater says, hey, we get you guys. We're going to basically say there are 4 shows every day or every 2 shows, whatever, and these are sing-alongs. I think that's fantastic. But let people know going in. That's all I'm saying. What is Ravnos doing? Bukaki says, Ravnos, keep bitching about the show. It's really helping. Yeah, The Rock owns it. Yeah, okay. Shh, let's focus. Shh. How do they already know the songs? Because there was a very successful, one of the most successful Broadway plays of all time, was Wicked. It's got some wonderful music in it, man. Okay. I do want to mention Fupy. So we were talking earlier on the prep stream this morning about Stalker 2, and I really like Stalker 2 a great deal. I think it's excellent. It has terrible onboarding, but, you know, so did The Last of Us Part 2. A lot of games have terrible onboarding, and shame on them. They should go fuck themselves. But that said, if you can get past the first hour of terrible onboarding, Stalker 2 is the shit. And I know Fupy was making a joke. Yes, it's cut off, Fupy. Don't worry. Don't worry, Fupy. I know that it's cut off, but your ignorance and hate will still shine through, even with a couple of letters of your magnum opus missing. I'll fill in the blanks for these good people. Okay, Fupy, don't worry about it. He says the Stalker 2 developers clearly hid behind the game that they were making so they didn't have to go and fight for their country. Now, he was trying to be funny, but again, we've proven with Usain Bolt in the chat that is not that easy for people to do. But that said, though, I did want to bring this up because I'm fascinated by this as it relates to Stalker 2. So, you know, I've said numerous times on this show, whenever I made games, every single time I made a game, except maybe Mickey Mania, because I didn't know what the fuck was happening half the time, because it was all brand new. Every time I made a game, it wasn't until after that I saw the subtext of the game. And I'm sure most people who do creative work feel that way, or anything they do. There's always something underneath the surface, what lies beneath, right? So even your car, the state of the interior of your car is a reflection of your soul. Is it messy? Is it clean? Are you addicted to keeping it clean? Don't breathe on it. Don't bring food in it. Everything we do sends out signals about who we are, okay? So you make a game, it tells the world a lot about you. And I don't know yet, but I am fascinated. Now, yes, tragically, one of their members actually went to war to defend Ukraine, which I guess Joe Rogan thinks is a bad idea. Fine. I'm putting words in his mouth. Maybe not. And he died tragically. But that's the on the nose stuff. But what must it be like to be, what choices got made in making Stalker 2 that got marbled and baked into the DNA of that experience that they don't even know, but it permeates and it oozes out of the screen in some kind of subconscious way. This is the shit that fascinates me. Like, if I taught video games at school, I would so fucking team up with like a modern history professor and say, we have to do a class about Stalker 2 and the effect of the war on the art, not the narrative of like, well, then they developed to here and then they had to go here, then they went to Poland. I don't mean that, whatever. That's just, you know, that's foreplay. That's not even foreplay. That's just bullshit. The real sex of the matter is, what is the game unintentionally saying about your life when you have to make it when bombs are dropping all around you and your family and your loot? I mean, come on, man. This game needs to be studied and written about by actual real journalists and scholars, because what a fascinating concept. Has there ever been? Certainly books and poems, but we don't have a movie that was made during war. I mean, we have it when you made it in America, but it's not like the Brits during the blitzing of London were out there with cameras going, action, give me more passion. They were, you know, dying and dodging and fighting. But we've got a game that they were making during the war. What is going to come through on the other side for you as a player? Come on, man. This is fascinating. This is what people should be talking about. And I'll tell you something else about this game. It gives some credence to the Kotaku article, believe it or not, about how, yes, I know. Look, I've been many times saying I think Keeley's show is great. Looking forward to it. Love streaming it, love mocking it, love watching it, love celebrating it. It's a cornucopia. It's a treasure trove of joy. It's really good. It gets better every year. But they wrote an article saying if you really want to celebrate games, you probably need to wait till the year is over. Stalker 2 not being included in the conversation. I get that it missed the cutoff, but you know what? I mean, it kind of didn't actually, but it probably still won't. It's not nominated. Well, we'll know in a couple days or next week. It's going to be nominated. It's one of the best games of the year. It's amazing. And it is complete, that game. You should play the first game that's better, according to a lot of Stalker fans. I don't want to. I want to play this game. This game was made during a war, and I'm playing it right now, and it's great. I'm loving it. There's a guitar company in Ukraine that makes some killer guitars, literally. I'll be at the Ha Ha Club later tonight and 9 p.m., and then I'll be in Vegas on Tuesday. I'll be performing at this little old lady's house. She says if I eat her out and make her pancakes, I can perform in her living room. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying it as is. But they make killer guitars, and they kept on going through the war. It's excellent. Jaffe, how many female characters have you met in Stalker 2? At the moment, I'm going to say probably none. I don't think I've seen a single female character in Stalker 2. I hate the yearly award shows have such weird cutoffs. I mean, it should just be the end of the year. But I get why Keeley's doing it. Because, you know, it's again, he's a smart guy. He's a smart guy. It's going to be good marketing for all the people that basically are going to use it as an advertisement for their games. Is it kind of weird there aren't any girls in it? I don't know. I mean, I hadn't noticed it, but, you know, I haven't played that much. I'm only about 5 hours in. But if there are no women in the game, okay, well, that was a creative choice, consciously or not. I don't know. I don't care. One of the things I will tell you that people are... I had somebody write me and say, what does it feel like that all the alphas are really into Stalker? You're probably going to start hating it now. Like, shut up, idiot. Fucking moron. I didn't even notice there weren't women in it. They all on it, but I will say they all looked alike. They all look alike in that fucking game. But, you know, our game, no women's mini bugs, says Fuby, that's right. The odds of a game releasing in December making next year's show seem incredibly unlikely, says Struckman. Yeah, people forget about it. But I will say this one did make the cutoff. But I don't think it's going to make I don't think it's going to be nominated. I don't know why it wouldn't be. It's so great. But the Kotaku article, we never really dove deep into it. But what they said was, here's what it is. They said Stalker 2 came out like within a day or two of the cutoff. So maybe only 2 or 3 people in the particular group of an organization, IGN, Kotaku, whatever, even got the game early because they were reviewing it. No one else has played it, right? So just to get it nominated, because Kotaku gets to send as a unit, not individuals, a couple of people have to convince everybody else on staff of a game they've never even played, touched, that, trust me, give this one of our votes for Game of the Year nominees, right? And it's like, yeah, it's but as long as we know it for what it is, I'm okay with it. But it's when people then start to do all these, like, let's discuss, why didn't this get Game of the Year? I'm like, well, do you understand that this is so not a perfect system, that the thing that you're drilling down on, like, should DLC be Game of the Year? I'm like, dude, the whole thing is a sham. The show is good. I'm not knocking the show. But don't pretend it's a real thing. It's all horseshit. John Gray says the BAFTA Game Awards are proper Game Awards. I gave my BAFTA away. I think it's all stupid. I mean, think about here's what it should be, but it would not make you any money. And I get it. But I'm doing an award show this year, and I'm not going to give out Game of the Year. You can give out Game of the Year. If I'm going to have members, if they want to make videos like they've done in the past and say, here are my top 3 games, here's number 1, that's excellent. But I won't do it anymore. It's a ridiculous concept. I'll tell you what games I enjoyed the most this year, and I'll tell you my top 15 favorite things I played that I enjoyed the most. That's it. I'm not going to rank them, and I get it. Is that sexy? No. But it's got teeth. It works. It's functional. I don't agree, Brett. It's all dumb. Stalker's great. It's a hardcore version of Fallout. Yeah. Don't tell me DICE is legit, Ravnos. I was literally on the nominating committee for 3 years on DICE. I assure you, unless something has changed dramatically, it's not legit. Do you know why it's not legit? Because, as I've said before, people didn't even know what the categories meant. We had discussions over what does it mean to be best game director, best producer, whatever. None of us knew what the fuck we were talking about. We were disagreeing. We were all on the same committee. And I can tell you something. Here's how I know not everybody played every game. Because I didn't play every game. You got a big box around November, around this time, of all the games for free. It was great. And guess what? I played maybe 7 of them. Never finished any of them except maybe 1. But I was still one of the key guys on the nominating committee. Trust me. That ain't no goddamn... There's no legit award. The only legit awards are, what you play and what you love. And that's it. Is Metacritic actually a better way to evaluate? No. There's no way to evaluate the quality of anything. It's all lies. It's all capitalist horseshit. What do you like? What do you want to play? What do you want to spend time with? That's it. Nothing else should matter. What if they give me an industry icon award? Would I accept it? It depends on what it is. It depends on what it's worded. If they said, hey, we think in the past 20 years, you have been one of the few people to create more with what your contributions were than one big, successful, enduring franchise, I'd go, oh, okay, yeah, I'll take that. I mean, I really don't care, but I'll take it because it's an accurate description of the work. Best game design? What the fuck does that mean? I had a burrito earlier today. This is not a good story, but I'm already on the road. I had a burrito earlier today, and it was too hot, and I ate it too soon. I burned my lips. They hurt. That's why I'm doing that a lot. Remember the story about how Obsidian had a contractual Metacritic bonus for 85 or higher? They got an 84. I do remember that story. I don't remember it being Obsidian, but I do remember, I thought it was a Warner Brothers team, but I do remember that story, and it's stupid. It's really, really stupid. And there is a story today, speaking of, this is kind of where all this came from, is the lead designer over at, who is this guy? He was one of the founders of Arcane Studios. Here's what he tweeted out, actually. He said, the Metacritic ecosystem encourages devs to make safe, boring games. As long as the game is polished at launch, you're guaranteed an 80, no matter how boring the game might be. Meanwhile, Stalker 2 gets a 73 because it's rough at the edges, unfair, misleading. He's not wrong. He's absolutely not wrong. And then we were talking in the chat on the pre-show, and I think, again, Fuby chimed in. Or is Morgan saying it encourages devs to release polished games, stop releasing unfinished games? And I would say, I don't agree with Fupy that polish means soulless, but I would agree that if indeed, and I do think there's some truth here, that a rough around the edges game is going to get dinged and it's going to hurt sales, that would at this level really start affecting the way people make games. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Well, yeah, but that's different. Ravno says he's wrong. Look at the Cyberpunk Metacritic score. When Cyberpunk launched, the critics were horrible to it. I don't know if they've gone back and re-reviewed it, but we know what the critic story was. It was a disaster for most systems, unless you played it like streaming like I did on the Stadia at the time. The game is unfair. You have to play like a bitch-ass camper to go forward in the game. Which game are you talking about? Are you Ludo? Which game? You mean you mean the Stalker game? But yeah, so I think this guy has a really, really good point. I enjoyed Stalker 2. I don't know, man. I mean, you know, that's not how I feel. I don't feel like I'm playing like a bitch-ass camper. I feel like I'm basically, you know, so far it's not. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, though. Again, why do I say that? I'm always honest. I hate that that's like a go-to thing. It's like, and yeah, and I'll be honest with you. And the reality is I hate all those fucking crutches. I'm trying to get better at it. But here's what I'll tell you, though. I am playing on easy. And that may be a big part of it. And that might be why I'm enjoying it so much, right? Because if you watched my first night streaming where I absolutely hated the game, it was because I made a beeline for that beached barge in the middle of the field, and I was getting hit by this poltergeist thing. And I was streaming it. None of us were like, it's like, what the fuck is going on here? And I'm like, okay, maybe I just need to turn the difficulty down. And I forgot to turn it back to normal, but I'm glad I have, because so far I have not been having a problem with the enemies in the game or anything like that. And I am still having to play cautiously, but because I'm not that great of a player, I'm experiencing a much more doable game. But yeah, I probably would quit it if I had it on medium, if it's as bad as you say. Like, you can't take 5 steps without dying. Yeah, that's not for me. No, thank you. No, thank you. Let's talk about this. We'll get back to games in a minute, but I am curious. Well, Tristan says, here's an interesting question. I'll be the judge of that, sir. When devs are making a game, do they put the most focus on medium difficulty? Well, on default, yes. I've never seen a dev that has said the default is not kind of the vision, right? So if you want to play the game as the developer intended it to be made, usually it's default unless they tell you otherwise. That's absolutely correct. It's absolutely correct. Jaffe playing a buggy game on easy is like playing with these goddamn Last Stand Media followers like a bitch. I have it on good authority. It's a true representation of life in a radiated zone. There you go. There you go. Okay. I want to ask you this because this is absolutely fascinating to me. And this is not game related, it's tech related. We'll get back to games. I have more game stuff for us, but this is where my mind is. I'm cranky today. I'm going to jump where the fuck I want to go. So there is this new technology that if you are trying to get your girlfriend pregnant, your wife pregnant, whatever you want to get pregnant, case of, you know, Usain and Fupy, and, you know, maybe it's has 4 legs. I don't know what it is they're putting their pee in, but whatever it is, if your sperm aren't doing good swimming, usually that would be real problematic. And there might be things you can do or make your sperm healthier, wear special underwear, just like the Mormons, I don't know. But I'm going to show you this. This is fascinating, and it's got people talking, it's got people debating. But I don't know, man. I think this is a real look. I would never say to anyone they should not use this. I'm not one of these ethical science people that just because I don't agree with it, it should be denied the people that do agree with it. I think it's insane in a good way, but it also does bring up some real interesting questions, which is do you want these sperm to actually be successful? There are nanobots now. What you're seeing right now, this little coiled thing, is a nanobot going up to the tail of a sperm. And it is kind of wiggling into position so it can literally move the sperm into the egg. So even though your sperm may not be strong swimmers, it will allow that sperm to fertilize the egg. Okay? And on one hand, you want to celebrate and say, this is great. Not all men have the ability to create sperm at the time they want to get pregnant anyway, or maybe ever, that are able to kind of make their way to the egg. In this case, though, they've solved it. Now, if the science comes out and says, well, the problem is all of the children that are the results of this are having all kinds of problems because those sperm weren't really terribly viable to begin with. Now, I would assume that scientists and doctors have obviously checked into that, and they're not going to some raggedy ass shit sperm. They're like, these sperm are fundamentally healthy. They just don't swim so good. PG says, first I have to get a girlfriend. Right. Well, that's important. But yeah, I was interested in this. And then some people are saying, oh, this is the reverse of eugenics, or some people are saying, you know, we shouldn't be doing this. And again, this is what I meant when I was saying stay the fuck out of people's business when it comes to when I get pissed off at people when they're like, your progressive ideas about trans people and gay people and all this shit. And I'm like, bitch, you have not walked in my fucking shoes. You've certainly not walked in my son's shoes, my brother's shoes, my dad, uncle's shoes. Okay, so shut the fuck up. I wouldn't tell a couple that's struggling to have a baby they shouldn't do this. You know why? Because it's none of my goddamn business. And I don't even mean that like I have an opinion, but I'm not going to share it. Wink. No, I mean, you don't know what your experience is going to be until you have the experience. So best shut the fuck up and be supportive of your fellow man, because most people are just trying to get through the day and have a good fucking life. So shut the fuck up. Jaffe, being infertile doesn't mean a guy has no sperm. I didn't say it did. But in this case, this person is infertile. He has plenty of sperm. They're just not moving. They're just not moving. People need to learn to live and let live, says Danny W. You goddamn right. You goddamn right. Jaffe, you realize 90% of men are single now, including me, so I can affirm this is pointless. Well, you know, it might be pointless for you, but there are people out there who struggle. Look, we had our first, we had a miscarriage, but it was very early on. A lot of women miscarry early. Like, you know, so it was like, you know, we found out we were pregnant, and like a week later we were out at a Mexican restaurant, and my wife at the time goes to the bathroom. She comes back and she's like, welp, I lost the baby. I said, what are you talking about? She's like, I looked in the toilet. I knew something was wrong. And there was like a little clump in there. And we called the baby Appleseed. We still call him Appleseed because the doctor said he was no bigger than an Appleseed. But look, I get it. We wanted to have a baby. We would have been willing to adopt, but some people don't want to, or they want to try this first. And shut the fuck up. But isn't this fascinating? It's fascinating. Okay. If the baby doesn't move, it's probably dead. The baby, sure, but not the sperm. Can you use these micro machines to help keep your boys away from the egg? Yeah, or you could just not, you know, have sex with someone without protection. That'll help a lot. Frank says, I was born via this procedure. Major complications. I love the new Dragon Age. Shut up, bitch. This isn't much different than artificial insemination. No, that's right. That's absolutely right. I think artificial insemination is a shot, right, where they literally inject it into the egg. But so yeah, there you go. There you go. I just wanted to bring that up because it's sort of tech, and I think tech's cool. Here's something I want to ask you about. I told you this is a show I'm just talking. This motherfucker, and I get it, but I don't really get it. I'm tired of men. Here's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of men being bitches. How about that? Forget masculinity. Men are the biggest fucking snowflakes in the goddamn world. I'm tired of it. This motherfucker went and got height transformation surgery. It is painful. It is expensive. And you know what? Society is going to treat him better because he's taller. Because he probably didn't have the confidence being a short man. And I'm tired of it. It's just like, you know what, dude? You're short. Big deal. Girls don't like me. Some of them won't like you because you're short. Or they'll like you and they won't want to fuck you. Guess what? Move on, bitch. I am 5'6". There are probably girls that I wanted to go with and they didn't want to hook up with me because I was short. You know what? I got over it. I'm just tired. I hope he didn't do it for any. I mean, I'm sure he did it for a girl or a guy or whatever. I'm just like, you know what, man? But again, taking my own advice. I have not been in his shoes because I'm a short guy, but I have never been insecure. But you know what? If I was insecure, then fuck it. What do I know? So you know what, buddy? I'm sorry. I was wrong. See that? I was wrong. Go with God. Do what it is you need to make you happy. And hopefully this will actually achieve it. My feeling is it might not, but you know what? I honestly don't know. I don't know. Yes, I am 5'6", and I don't care, man. And nor should you, in my opinion. But you know what? If you do, I still love you. I still love you. Because we're all just trying. We're all just trying to get through this horrible, totally cruel society. And I think we should be better at each other. Anyway, but this guy gained what? Did it say 11 centimeters? Darth Nugget, you missed the point. He says, Jaffe, most people don't have the natural charisma you were born with. Number one, stop flirting with me. Number two, no, but we all have our bag of hammers and we all have the things we rolled 18 on. And a lot of times you develop the things that you can develop because you weren't rolling 18 with what you were born with. So, you know, we're all gonna have the things that work for us and things that don't. I don't give a shit, Bulbo. Bulbo says, Jaffe, you will be surprised how many women's on dating sites look at your height and profile. I don't care. Then fuck them. I mean, ask yourself, do you really want to be with a woman that doesn't want to be with you because of your height? And I'm not saying that makes her shallow or not shallow. She may be, she may not be. But what I'm saying is that in that case, then it's like, okay, well, that's weird, man. That you would go out of your way to make all kinds of changes just so somebody likes you. And then you're like, shit, if I hadn't done this to myself, she would not be with me? I don't know. That seems pretty disturbing. But again, I haven't been in their shoes. Ultra awesome is what I just said. If he's unhappy with his height and it makes him happy, what's wrong with that? I just said you're right. I agree. What I said is, here's what I think the proper response is. I can't understand it. It doesn't make any sense to me. But, hey, man, do your fucking thing, dude. Do your fucking thing. And I'll tell you something else. If it turned out that the medical community, you know, people who actually went to school for 10 years and became scientists and doctors, you know, people like that. If those people came out and said, you know what we're actually finding, even though we understand that some people will go, this is bad, that these people go on to live happier, healthier lives when they do this and nothing else we've tried for them helps like this, I'd go, cool, I'll shut the fuck up about it because you know what? I don't fucking know. I haven't been here. Why can't we do that with everything? That's what I don't understand. There's gender affirming care, by the way, for anyone concerned about that. There is, yes, there is. And it's wonderful. It's excellent. That's what I would say. So yeah, I was wrong. My first response, that's what I'm saying. You gotta be self-critical, fellas, Filettis. My first response was to look at this and go, what a loser. And then I'm like, wait a minute. What do I know? I don't know his fucking life. He seems happy. Let him be happy. Leave people alone. Be nice people. Everybody's just trying. Everybody's just trying to get through. Okay. What do we got here? What is this? I don't want to look at that anymore. I'm bored of that. I gotta show you one more weird fucking story real quick. This is amazing. Listen to this. A gentleman. He's very classy. A gentleman. Now, the problem with this is it's one of those things like machine elves. You start hearing these stories, and then you're like, oh, everyone's looking for it. So it kind of fucks the data. But I'll tell you the story anyway. A gentleman by the name of Danny Goller has discovered that if you smoke DMT and look through a laser, you can see what appears to be numbers and letters in an underlying code running through our reality. God, don't let Matt Booty produce this. This is repeatable and has now been performed with hundreds of people all seeing the same thing. Now, what I would tell you is if we can do some experiments with this and you find people who have not heard about this and they start saying we're seeing the same thing, well, then that's something. It doesn't have to necessarily mean we're in the Matrix, but it is interesting that DMT, if you look through a laser, potentially is showing you the code of the universe, but in a less romantic version, perhaps it's simply pinging the part of the brain that sees things that we call numbers. But it is interesting. A gentleman by the name of Danny Goller. Danny Goller, come on, this is the shit we should all be talking about. The numbers Mason. Yeah, you goddamn right, Gabriel. Listen to this. Tyler says, so that guy made himself taller to later have problems later because he wanted chicks to notice him. Yeah, you know. But, you know, hopefully he's happy about it. You tell me this now. I moved away from my hippie friend. I could have gotten DMT, says Jonathan. Yeah, well, yeah, but you have been tainted. You're damaged goods now, Jonathan, because now you're going to be on some level looking for it, right? You got to get somebody who's never heard this story and just go, hey, smoke this DMT. Cool, man. I see whatever. Hey, look through this laser. Talk about it. That'll help. That'll help. That'll be pretty cool. Listen to this. Polygon says, our holidays best gift guides, full of the year's best stuff. I like gift guides. I get excited about them. I'm not going to look at the whole fucking thing. But I do want to see what they think. Okay, if you spend $250 or more, Polygon says these are the gifts to give geeks in your lives. A MetaQuest 3S, I could see that. Ooh, Lego X-Men The Mansion. I wouldn't want that. If you're going to buy your Papa Jaffe an expensive gift, and you should, wink, I want the Avengers Tower. I'll put it together. It'll go right back on the shelf. I'll tell my... I saw people smoke DMT on a club, and they got cooked out of the toilet. I don't know what that means. Or a Stream Deck. That's pretty good. Steeless Nova Pro Wireless, that's pretty good. These are all pretty good gifts. Good on you guys. Good on Polygon. What else they got up here? Nice monitor. Somebody in our community just bought a really big monitor. Might have been Morgan. I'm not sure. A PS5 Slim bundle. You can get that cheaper now. These are $375. You can get yourself a PS5 without a disk drive for $375 at Walmart. Black Friday deal is on right now. That's not bad. That's not too shabby. It's not too shabby. I don't know about the looking through the laser. I couldn't tell you. I'm not trying to sell you on the science. I can't define it. I'm just reading you the headline. Here's the story. If you want to watch it, here's the link. I've heard about this, but this is this, you know, it's the biggest thing I've seen. Shut up, moron, 86. I joined late. It's really cringe seeing Jaffe believe if you pay for X, you will get taller. Oh, really? What am I looking at here, sir? Is this just a trick camera shot? And this is a thing, by the way. You can go. This was big in China. Still is big in China. This guy, I don't know where he had the operation done. Okay. Okay. Move forward, shall I? Let's see what, if you don't have any money, if you're not money bags, they're saying Lego Dungeon minifigs. That's not bad. In China, I wonder why. Well, a lot of it is because over there in that culture, apparently, at least according to this documentary I saw, it really will affect your earning potential. I want to get rid of the 251. I don't want 251. Go away. I don't want this. I don't want this. Can I click off of these fucking things? I just want to see what under 25 brings me. That's all I want to know. Leave me alone. Azul, which is a game. Love Letter game. Kirby plush. Blatro, that's a great game to give somebody. Just One, the hit word guessing game. It'll cost you $15. Horrible Therapist. Exploding Kittens. All right, there you go. Is Blops crossplay? I believe so, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, it's grueling. The rehabilitation, they crack your legs, they break your legs, they put stuff in them, and you have to keep going in every couple of weeks and cranking it. It's terrifying, but I mean, it works, apparently. Did I look at the guides for lingerie when I was a kid? Yeah. But I mean, I was a kid when there was no Victoria's Secret, so I think the best thing, if I remember, was like, let's see, J.C. Penney, Christmas catalog, let's say 1984. All right, so you would, this is kind of what we had. These were massive, huge fucking phone books, 600 pages. Sears had them too. Sears had good ones, but JCPenney was the one that we got excited for. And yeah, you could look at it and you could see, I don't remember now, but let's see if we see any pretty ladies in here. Look at those 80s haircuts, but let's see the lingerie. But most of it I flipped right to the back because that's where all the toys and games were. But, oh, here we go. Ooh la la. Look at her. Okay, if I was going to marry her or her, you guys pick. Would I pick top lady or bottom lady? See if you know. See if you know my taste. The lady up here or the lady down here. Now, they may be the same lady, but the hair is changed enough. Brett says top. PG bottom, top. Nope, I'd go with the bottom all day long. Look at her. She looks like a young version of that Gina. What's that girl's name who's in, or that woman's name who's in the Haunting a Hill House and all those horror movies and shit? That's whatever her name is. There's my girl. There's my girl right there. All right, let's see who else. We got one on the previous page. There's some more. Let's, ooh la la, ooh la la, ooh la la. Okay, so A, B, C, or D. You guys pick. You guys pick the one that I really would marry. Pick the next Mrs. Jaffe. Is it A, B, C, or D? I will tell you, but I want to see what you guys pick. Let's see. Wayne says D, none. Darth Nugget says C. D, D, B, C. There's no E, you fuck. It is D right here. There's my lady. There's my number, letter D. There's a gentleman caller here for you. No, it would be this one. Not D like D, E. I mean A, B, C, D. 1, 2, 3, 4. It would be this one. Because I'm not using these numbers. I'm using these numbers. So, you want to see the toys? Okay, fair enough. Let's see what they got. Let's go to the toys, shall we? So this is 84, which meant we were in the crash at this point. So you probably weren't seeing, you're probably seeing old Atari shit. But if you want to see the heyday of it, we'll go to like 79. 79 Christmas book. That's where you'll see the toys, my friends. Carla Gugino. Yeah, that lady, whatever her name is. Oh yeah, this brings back the delightful memories. Look at that computer, baby. Look at that. Oh my God, I love those computers. There was the Atari computer. We had the TRS-80 from Radio Shack. I learned to program my first games on that. Well, I didn't make a lot of games, but, I did make games back in the day. That's all they sold. They didn't even have the Commodore or anything. Look at that shit, man. Ooh, look at that backgammon set. But I want to see if they have, real quick, and then we'll move on with the news. We'll get back to games. I want to look at the toys real quick, in the back of the book. All right, so let's go to 81 Sears Christmas book. I mean, think about that for a brief moment of your lifetime. There used to be jobs for people. They would photograph all this and set up the shots. They don't do that anymore. I really miss that. There we go. Oh, bring me back, baby. Oh, look at that D&D. I wanted this D&D thing so badly. Ooh, look at the Dungeons and Dragons, you guys. Dungeon was a great fucking game. There's Black Tower. Look at this. This is so cool. D&D was the shit. This fired the fuck out of my imagination as a kid. I loved this stuff so much. I loved it so much. Let's see what the video games are. Next page, ding ding, video game. There's the Intellivision. God, you'd lose yourself looking at these. Just like, what is that? What's that game? That's so cool. And then Atari here we go. This was the big one. Had it, never had it, never wanted it, loved it, had it, loved it. I love the Atari, man. How much were these fucking things? How much could you get an Atari for? How much were games? Cartridges and consoles not included. Yeah, but I want to know how much the games are, bitch. How much did a game cost? Do they have prices on these fucking things? I guess down here maybe, but yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff, baby. Okay, let's move forward. What's that? Oh, that's that. We'll save that. I want to talk about this briefly. This is during the prep show, somebody brought up Laura Fryer. I never knew who she was. And somebody said she's got a great YouTube channel. I guess she worked in video games. Sounds like maybe she worked at Epic or something, or Microsoft. I don't believe I've ever come across her, but she does games and stuff like that. Game YouTube stuff. And she put out this video called Game Industry Bubble. You know, and the gist of it is she's explaining her thesis goes along the lines of like, why don't game creators listen to the fans when the fans are telling them, you know, hey, we don't want Suicide Squad. We don't want, she talks about Dragon Age in this game, blah, blah, blah. And it's causing companies to shut down, blah, 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 right? And she's like, let's talk about why. And allow me to try to paraphrase her thesis. Maybe I'm going to get it wrong. Hello, KP History. Maybe I'm going to get it wrong. But the gist of it is, she says, whether it was magazines at first or now like YouTubers and streamers and all that now, there was this bonding that occurred between the press and the game creators and the publishers, which led to a kind of a weird relationship where the publishers would listen to what the game journalists said, the press said, and that created a bubble that they were in. And that's why now they're in this bubble and they're making all these bad choices about games because they don't listen to the gamers, they listen to the journalist. Okay. Does that exist in certain cases? Sure, you know, but I never saw that as the main thing. I mean, there's a clip in here where Phil Spencer is talking to, I want to say, Gary Whitta on a Kind of Funny episode about them doing testing on like trial test or mock reviews on Redfall. And they're saying that Phil Spencer was saying in here that their mock reviews were like double digits higher than what actually happened. So they were caught surprised. And, you know, every time Sony did that, at least when I was there, I was always stunned at how close those mock reviews and we did it through a company, I want to say, called EDAR, I think. And they're also the ones that did the sales. And they did go out, as I recall, to actual game journalists as some of the people that they brought in to say, hey, play this build, tell us what you think it'll rate. But whatever the reason is, that ended up being correct. And marketing used those numbers to figure out how much money to spend on a game. Okay, so there's truth in there, and there's accuracy in what she's saying, but I would push back and say that's not the reason that it feels right now like AAA game developers are not listening to gamers. Hello, Gina. There she is. Good to see you, buddy. Here's my theory, okay? This is my theory. That the media created, although I would say to you that we also pushed for this creation of video game creators as artists, game directors, game designers, whatever, as, you know, just as noble, important, something to say just as meaningful as a filmmaker, a writer, whatever. Okay. And the press ran with that because it was fun to write about. It's a lot more fun to write about individuals and vision and, oh, Jaffe made Twisted Metal black. Literally, the LA Times wrote an article about how I made Twisted Metal black as a metaphor for depression. I had never had depression. I just said that because I knew it was good copy. I knew it was a good soundbite. And they wrote a fucking article about it, right? It's bullshit. Bullshit. But the point is, here's what I think happened. That really, in the AAA space, got a foothold, right? It started back then in, early PlayStation days. It was beneficial to write about it, beneficial to promote it. It certainly blew up, with like the Druckmans of the world and the Coreys of the world and whatnot. And I think now there are a lot of people that are working in AAA. There's two reasons. This is reason one. There's a lot of people working in AAA at the creative level that are like, oh, but isn't this part of the job? I am here to express my vision, right? That's what I do. And, Kojima is somebody who, Kojima is interesting because it was either Kojima or Miyamoto, but I think it was Kojima who actually said, I don't create art. I'm not an artist. I'm making a product for people. So even though Kojima's stuff is arty-farty till the cows come home, and it's, he's all about the cult of celebrity, of course, there is an awareness that those artists took into the room with them of like, yes, we want to express something, but we also have to recognize that we are making a product, right? And I think somewhere along the lines, all the blowjob, the metaphorical blowjobs that these guys got and these girls got from the press and on the PR and all that, they started to believe it. And, and I think it's fine to make games like that, by the way. I think games should be made like that, but you take the budget into account. As I've said before, Universal came to Spielberg and said, you can spend whatever you want on Jurassic Park. He says, okay, but I want to go off afterwards and make Schindler's List, and I want it to be in black and white. And they said, we'll fund it, but you can't spend more than this because black and white movies, and it's a depressing, and it ended up being a huge hit, of course, but that wasn't, he made that deal and he made the movie for that money because he knew there was a ceiling there. And I think AAA has gotten in trouble because they've allowed these guys and girls to come in and sort of be artists and go, I really want to say this. Like, take Dragon Age, which is heavily talked about in this video from Laura. Dragon Age is a game that clearly, and I think Dragon Age is great. I think it's great. I think the writing is pretty cringy in parts for a variety of reasons. And I think the push-up scene is stupid. Not the intent behind it, but the scene is executed poorly, in my opinion. But it's clearly a game that has a very progressive take when it comes to LGBT folks and how, which I would agree that they should be treated, aka like normal people, kind, right? But, whatever. But if you're making Dragon Age and you're the executive, the smart move on that is to go to the Dragon Age director and say, look, dude, or ma'am, I actually think the director of that game is a trans woman at this point. So look, ma'am, look, lady, I read the script. This is great. I love where your heart is, and we're going to do this, but you have to understand this is not an $8 million indie game where it's like fucking let the flag fly. Let's slowly advance the ball down the field. So if you want to put this in there, you're going to have to do what artists have done since they've been being funded in every medium, which is baby steps. Okay? And I know that's not what you want to do, but that's where we are when we're spending this kind of money because we have to appeal to a lot more people. And so it's not a wholesale ripping out. That's what a lot of the guys on the right don't understand. All these movies, they go, it wasn't always like this. It was always like this. The only difference is where it wasn't like this is it wasn't as overt. But it was always there. It was always coded. Progressivity gets itself in and changes the world as it should. Okay? But you got to slow move that if you're spending that kind of money. That's what happened here, is what I actually think caused this bubble. The other thing that I don't think Laura takes into account in this video, she may in other videos, I haven't watched any other than this, but I thought this was a really well-made video, is it doesn't take into account the rise of grifting influencers. The fact of the matter is, when I did that video yesterday about Outlaws, The number of people who wrote comments to me who clearly hadn't played it or Dragon Age and were just repeating shit they had heard from bigger websites, certainly bigger YouTube channels than mine, you know. And so what do you know, if you are those, you know, even if you're Grums, who I think is a nightmare, and I think Grums really should be ashamed of himself with all of the shit he's brought to the world, the pain and the cruelty that he promotes. But he's a guy who makes money off of his lack of tolerance. That's his business model now. He probably wakes up every morning. I don't know if this is a fact, but it seems, my gut tells me he probably wakes up every morning and runs to the internet and says, what can I bitch about today? Where can I say that the people who like my shit, where can I find another place to tell them that they're victims? Ooh, I found one today. It's this game. It's that game, whatever. Those guys and girls, but mostly guys, although there are women who do it too, you know, sure, let's be kind and say maybe there's a meaningful percentage of them that genuinely believe what they're saying. Fine, great. But there's also a meaningful percentage of them that go, I know what sells. It's negativity, it's anger, it's telling somebody you're a victim, and in that, I will make my money for the month, right? That's not touched on in here. And that has also created a real sense of an influence that is born out of negativity that makes it very difficult for anything that is not what a lot of these guys, for the most part, already support and know to get through. And that's a real problem. So I do appreciate the people that recommended Laura's video, and it was good. And I'm going to watch more of her stuff. I thought it was really well put together. But I will say that I think there's more to it. Although her point is just as valid as my other 2 points. I think she's right that there is some of that media bubble influencing creators and vice versa. But I think there's at least 2 other points, which is the financial grifting of negativity and anger and victimhood, and then there's also the inability for producers to manage the expectations of people that get put into creative positions at AAA, that you are the artiste. What is your vision? What do you have to say? It's like, that's PR. It doesn't mean you don't bring that to the table a little bit, but you're still making products. You're still making shit for people to get under the Christmas tree or the menorah or the Kwanzaa candles or wherever you get your gifts, your birthday cake. So that's what I would say. That's what I would say. Grums is pulling from the woke left's playbook, but doing it from the anti-woke. They're all fucking... I don't know. I'm not going to get into it with you on the sense of woke, left, right. The fact is, Grums is a guy that we can point to that doesn't seem genuine. He doesn't do it as well as some of the other ones that, like, I think that guy really believes that. The Quartering does it. I don't know which one of these is real. Melanie Mack does it. I don't know if she's serious. She might be, or she might be full of shit, and she's like, hey, Ma, how'd you do this month, Melanie? Oh, fuck, I did great. I made $25K this month. These fucking nerds online. I show a little tit, talk about how they're getting bamboozled and losing all their status and rights, and the money pours in. It's great, Ma. Cool. Let's go to Boca Raton or wherever the fuck she goes. I don't know. Grums isn't genuine, says Nugget. I'm just saying the cash for victimhood was. It's all. I'm not going to ascribe it to left or right. It's been a con as long as we've been, you know, evolved out of Cro-Magnon man. It's whatever side you give it to, which is, I'm going to make you feel seen, and I'm going to promise to solve your problems, and I'm going to other the people who aren't really responsible for your shit, but I'm going to point the finger over there, and I'm going to get rich. And I don't really care what happens to you. And there are people that will do it, and they will do it without losing any sleep. And I think it would be great to have public education. It's never going to happen because it's not in the interest of the government. But I'd love to have public education to have media literacy to say, hey, we're going to do a whole chunk this month on grifters, left, right, center, old classic ones, brand new ones. We're gonna show you some of the telltale tricks these motherfuckers use to make you think you've got a friend and hand over your money. I mean, hell, this ain't new. Television evangelist, oh, put your hand on the TV and pray with me. I know you're sick. I know it's hard. I know it's hard out there. Put your hand on the TV and pray with me. And with your other hand, write me a check. The Lord needs you to write me a check. Come on, man. Come on, man. Grums should focus on his scam of a game. Yeah, but why? If I was Grums and I didn't have scruples, you know what I would do? I'd do what he's doing. I'm like, my game's not going to sell. You know how hard it is to get a hit game these days? It's not going to sell. But he's raking it in. You know what he said? He wrote a tweet today that Elon Musk retweeted about the pronouns. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I'm pissed today. I'm in a bad mood. Wrote about pronouns and avowed. Oh my God. Oh my God. There's pronouns and avowed. Oh my God, what will I do? And Grums puts this tweet out that says, I'm drawing a line. It's like, really, Grums? You fat fuck? Really? And I say that and I'm a fat fuck, so shut up. Really, Grums, you fat fuck? You'd have to actually get up off your fucking ass and go get a pencil to draw a line. You ain't drawing shit. The only thing you're drawing now is a paycheck for the stupid sons of bitches that believe you and your little crusade, which is stupid and horseshit. Hello, Mike. Good to see you, buddy. Dave Calzone has been a member for 17 months. Well, I'm the only one that you can trust, Calzone. Calzone says, the Lord told me to keep subbing to you, Jaffe. Well, yeah, but I'm different. I'm one of the good ones. Come on, man. Da Vinci says, hey, we won the poll. We said we weren't going to talk about this. Well, I know. But, I mean, I'll talk about whatever. Let me see what else I got. I loved this story. I love that you guys introduced me to this Laura Fryer. I don't know her vibe. I don't really know kind of what she's about, but I thought she was great. I'm always looking to, see new people that talk video games. Let me get totally sick of onions, then I want to show you something. Fuck you, Brad Skagg. Totally sick of onions, 48 months. Thank you, sir. Look at that. Look at that. He says, I'm getting married in a couple of months. What advice do you have for newlyweds? Okay. Here's my advice. Get quiet with yourself. Go someplace and really make sure. No, by the way, there's no problem getting married and fucking up. You might get married and you end up hating it and get divorced. Big deal. It happens to most people, the majority. But ideally, you wouldn't do that, right? So go someplace, get quiet with yourself and go, is this what I really want? Am I being pressured into it by society, by my parents, by her? Or do I assume you're a guy, but whoever, it doesn't matter, whoever you are. Him, her, it, they, she, them, they, I don't care. But make sure you're like, you know what? This sounds great. I am excited to have this marriage. I'm excited to be married. And in that case, my only advice is go have fun. Enjoy it. Don't listen to all the bullshit. Don't always agree with your spouse. Your spouse is sometimes a fucking moron. And sometimes they're really smart. But don't cling to your marriage. There's a whole industry that makes money by getting you to get married, getting you to stay married, then getting you to divorce. Don't believe any of them, right? Only you and your spouse, and really only you know what it is that you want for your life. And everything else is just grift. It really is. Hate to keep using that word, but it is. It's let us make money trying to give you the societal accepted picture. It's terrible. I mean, it's gross. What you are told and what people believe. It goes back to that masculinity stuff. This is what you should be. You should be masculine. Color in the lines. Don't get out of the box. Don't be, anything other than what they tell you should be on the TV show. There's my nephew, Daniel in Bama. He says, woke equals weaponized outrage, killing, empathy. You goddamn right. Just try to be kind to folks rather than assume they're out to get you. Thank you, Daniel. See, this is what I'm saying. This is what you got. Here's what you need. Now, his last name is Crawford. My sister married into the Crawford clan. But the point is, it's the Crawford clan, the Jaffe clan. You guys need to drink from the well of us geniuses like Daniel here and myself, which is, Daniel's a fucking Catholic dude. He knows I think religion's batshit crazy, and he thinks I'm probably batshit crazy for not believing in it. Guess what? I'd jump in front of 20 cars for the guy. I love the guy. You got it? Because I don't have to agree with him. I don't have to agree with his philosophy of how the universe got here. To go, hey, we're trying to figure it out together. That's how you're supposed to do it, you fucking morons. Idiots. Shut up, Admiral Kurt. I'll fucking burn you when you're asleep tonight in your bed. God, I'm glad YouTube stops listening to my show after the first minute. They'd be like, you're not getting monetized, you whore. Shut up. Shut up. Admiral Kind, Kurt, I love you, but you're still burning tonight. You're still going to burn. And as you writhe and the smoke comes into your lungs and you begin to lose consciousness, you will know that I was the cause of your demise. And I want you to understand that. I want you to understand that. But I love you too. Anyway. Okay. So what else we got? I wanted to say, did I talk about Dr. Disrespect going to Rumble? No, because I don't care about that guy. I don't give a fuck about that guy anymore. I never really did. I never liked his shtick. But he has had numerous chances to not be a creep. And he seems to be incapable of not being a creep. So, yeah, go to right-wing Rumble or whatever the fuck it's called. I don't care. And you know what? If you follow the guy after the shit he's done, then great, enjoy that. But fuck off. Okay. You never know, Awesome Tatum. You never know. I actually got to do some housekeeping tonight for Thanksgiving. I got to go shopping and shit. Don't be upset. Look, Da Vinci. This is the difference in upbringing for a lot of people. Da Vinci says, "We all love you. It's painful to see you get upset about woke stuff. You're super into it. It shouldn't be painful. This is a valve for me. I like debating this and discussing this. It's enjoyable for me. It's stimulating for me. It's enjoyable. I enjoy it. I wouldn't be going to Costco. No, I'm just gonna go down to Ralph's. But yeah, I did see that the Catholic Church has gotten their very own anime character now to reach out to the youths of the world. And I don't know how that's going to be received, but I thought it was pretty cool. The other thing I saw was a confessional booth that has a curved monitor and an AI Jesus. This is not a joke. This is not a bit. I'll show it to you if you'd like to see it. Would you like to see the AI Jesus? Not Yeezy, but AI Jesus confessional. Confessional. Let's see. I saw it in a news story. Here it is, right here on YouTube. Here you go. Where'd it go? I'll bring this up to you guys. There it is, right there. And so you go in, and it is a. Of course, it sparks global something. Shut the fuck up. Let people enjoy the AI Jesus. Shut the fuck up. But you go in there and it's a hologram of the Jesus, and you can ask it questions. And let's see if we can see a picture of it. And and he'll say Jesus-y things. I don't fucking know. I don't know what it says, but and they have it behind the confessional bric-a-brac, kind of that whatever the confessional booth is. Oh, somebody show it to me. I don't give a fuck about your opining about it, you fucking YouTube fuck. Just show me the thing working. I'm going to talk about it first. Just show it to me. So sick of these fuckers. Can I see the goddamn thing? No, I want to say, don't forget to hit the like button. Here's where I'll hit the like button, when I like it. I don't need a reminder. There you go. There's AI Jesus looking at you going, hey, hello, blah, 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 right? That's good stuff. So, maybe it could convert me. I don't give a shit. I'm not opposed to religion if I can believe in it. I just don't believe in it. I can't do anything about it. I've never seen anything to indicate to me that any of it's real. So, but hey, maybe the AI Jesus will do it. I don't know. I don't know who Kenneth Copeland is, man. I don't know who that is, actually. But I did want to show you this, though. So, about the negativity and the negativity selling. Like, literally, that's the business model. And I've tried to learn to be able to be a little, juicy but not be an asshole, right? So when I wrote last night, Xbox execs crashes new game, talking about Matt Booty, yeah, because I was mad, because it's bullshit. It's literal bullshit the way they ship that game. But in the case of this, my original title was not Hate of Woke Killing Your Fun. And it was, I even put a question mark to soften it up a little bit. But hey, I originally was don't miss out on two of the best adventure games of 2024. But I was like, that's going to feel like I'm letting you know about a Black Friday sale. No one's going to click on that shit. And so, you know, I went a little bit hard, but you know, that's the business model. But I try on the flip side of the video to make my point at least like, hey, I'm not, you know, if you don't like it, you don't have to play it. I get it, you know. So Retaxian, thank you for the super chat. He says, DEI inclusion in established game franchises can sometimes diminish the artistry and elegance of storytelling, compromising narrative depth. I think you're wrong. Here's what I think you want to say. I appreciate the super chat, but this is what I think you want to say. Bad storytelling can sometimes diminish the elegance of the story, or bad writing can sometimes diminish the elegance of the storytelling. A good storyteller can find a way, just like any other storyteller who has to take notes from the studio, whether they're DEI notes or notes that are about, hey, my brother's an alcoholic and I really don't like this being in your script. And it's like, but dude, that's my art. And he's like, yeah, but it's my money. Take it out. A good writer would figure out a way to make that work within reason, right? So what I would say to you is that DEI inclusion being the whipping boy for a lot of this is just another way of saying you need to get better writers. But, you know, there's always going to be somebody trying to put their fingers in the pie, and sometimes you'll agree with them and sometimes you won't. But a good writer, a good director, a good creative team is able to take that and go, how do we make this work? How do we make it work? Total Package 2K, thank you, buddy. You've been a member for 23 months. And I want you to listen to what he says here. I want you to listen to what he's saying to me in his very generous anniversary chat. Thank you, buddy. Because I'm a pretty smart guy. He says, you always rave, Jaffe, about Marvel Snap, so I gave it a try and I'm loving it. Thanks for the recommend. You're very welcome. I get very happy when people play shit that I recommend and they come back and say, hey, I enjoyed that. That makes me happy. So thank you for sharing that. And yeah, I mean, again, it is a very clear kind of game that is not for everyone. But if you like card games and stuff like that, it's one of my favorite games of all time. Oh, I agree, Jojo D. Jojo D says, why isn't Snap on consoles? I don't know, but here's a better question. Why hasn't Sony gone out, ideally bought Second Dinner, but they're the guys making Marvel Snap, run by Ben Brode, who made Hearthstone, lead of Hearthstone. But whoever they get, why hasn't Sony gone out and made their own goddamn PlayStation card battler? It's cheap to make. You can know before you even ship it. You can put it in early access and go, is this working? Do we like this? Is this addictive? Is this fun? Can we grow this? Let's get a Lara Croft card. Let's do a deal with Eidos this month. Let's do, you know, hey, Twisted Metal Season 2 is coming out. Let's do a Twisted Metal season. I mean, it would be great. And it wouldn't cost any money. Listen to this. Raxton comes back. Retaxian, dropping some more ducats. I don't know what DOP is. I don't know where he's from. I don't care. He's generous and he's kind and I appreciate him. He says, yeah, like Asari in Mass Effect embodies elegance, exploring gender seamlessly without overt or forced messaging, right? And sometimes when you're making games for the masses or movies or stories or whatever, you have to baby step it. I don't like it. I like to throw the curtain back and say, let's just look at it for what it is. But you know what? I'm a weirdo. Okay, but a lot of people are like, look, man, I'm on my lunch break when I play this game. I don't want to be preached at. I get that. But the answer is not to take artistic people and tell them to stop having anything to say. It's to say, hey, and here's where the rubber's meeting the road, Retaxian. And I've been saying this. You can go back and look at my second DICE speech. I said this and people got mad at me, but here's the goddamn honest truth. If you're a writer and you're a good writer worth anything, you're not writing in video games. There may be one or two edge cases where that person is like, you know what, I have a real vision for taking narrative and figuring out how to build narrative structure into and metaphor and even foreshadowing into play mechanics, into set design. Those people exist. They are very rare. Most people that are writing in video games simply aren't good enough to write anywhere else. And I know this because we live in a capitalist society where you can make a lot more money and retain a lot more control if you write a best-selling book, or you can make a lot more money, you have no control, if you write a screenplay and sell it, or you're in a writer's room on a fucking shitty CW show. That's the goddamn honest truth. So you've got people who aren't very good writers necessarily that are getting these studio notes or getting notes from the director, the producer, whoever, or they just have an ego and they're like, I want to express my vision. Great. But they don't have the chops to do it, is what I would say. Listen to this. Ludo's living all the way in France where they have that Eiffel Tower thing. Here's what he says. He drops super chat. I appreciate it. He says, Jaffe, there's a game called I Am Jesus, a first-person game where you play as Jesus doing miracles. This is a game, yes, I've heard about it. This is a game that is supposed to have come out 2 years ago. The problem with making Jesus is the frame rate, because how can you do Jesus? Because Jesus is everywhere. And how do you do that without killing your frame rate? Hey, Gina, do you get the joke I just did? Because, see, Jesus is everywhere, which means the processor has to draw him everywhere, which means your frame rate won't be good, Gina. Do you get it? The point is, though, I don't know when that game's coming out. I have no idea. I have no idea. Gina's so nice. She's like, ha ha. I'm like, I'm kidding, Gina. I don't really think it was that funny. She's like, oh, poor thing, thinks he made a joke. Okay, let me read this. 1 Minute Gamer says, what you just said about being happy, that's why we have fanboys. They're obsessed with forcing that happy feeling when someone likes the favorite product. Yeah, and they're forced to being an asshole when someone doesn't. Brad Glasgow says, when you have writers who believe they can improve the world with their gaming storytelling, you get awful writing like Veilguard. It's preachy, condescending, and insulting. Nope, you're wrong. Here's what your sentence should be, Brad, and I know you're a professional journalist, but you're still bad at it. At least writing this sentence you are. Here's what it should be, Bradley. When you have bad writers, they write preachy, condescending, and insulting. A good writer can change the world with their storytelling. Hell, a good video game writer, which is very rare, will actually change the world through their writing that you play through mechanics, because it's one of the few ways to actually feel what other characters are going through to some extent. More than any other medium, if you actually know how to do it, and it's very hard. I knew how to do it enough to recognize I would never be any good at it, but I knew what it was. I knew it when I saw it. I knew it when I stumbled upon it by accident. But why is the push-up scene preaching in Dragon Age, says Ravnos? The dialogue was spot on, aside from the push-ups, because basically it's like an after-school special. It's like saying, here is the thing about misgendering people. You don't mean to be a bad guy when you do it, but sometimes it's hard, and it's important to not do it. That's not good writing. It's a good message. It's a correct message, but the people who already believe it, so you're not writing it for them. The people who either don't know what you're talking about or don't believe it are going to feel like you're preaching to them. So is there a way to communicate the idea of how do you have compassion for someone, whether they are metaphorically, in the case of this, trans, or not in this case, but if you make it a metaphor for trans, but it's enough on the nose that if you think about it for more than 5 seconds, it becomes clear. How do you communicate that message in a way that doesn't derail the experience and make it feel like the game is giving you a lesson, but it actually lands somewhere in your brain that actually can do some good? And it's not just you going, look, everyone, I'm giving you a message, which, by the way, I happen to agree with the message, but it's also a terrible scene. Stoner Joe says, I'll just keep on dancing at the Pink Pony Club. I know that song. I know that. That's Chapel Roan. She's great, man. That's great, and Hot to Go is great. And what's the one she sings about? She's really into this girl, but the girl's pretending she's straight. That song sounds like it's ripped right out of the goddamn 80s. I love that fucking song. And her performance at the VMAs used to be something you just gave up on. It's stupid. But that performance was classic, man. She was excellent. Fucking excellent. Goddamn right. You have G.I. Joe character break the fourth wall and lecture the audience directly. Okay, yeah, you did. But it was a show for kids. And more importantly, people make fun of it now, right? So, come on. Let's move forward. Let's go down the road. Let's ease on down the road. I don't want to do that anymore. And I'm done. Not with the show, but I'm done with my topic. So if you guys have anything you want to talk about, now is the time. Let's go to the master shot where you can see my beautiful face. Jesus needs to come back. Jesus ain't coming back. Jesus got no interest in coming back. You know. I mean, why? Why would he? Like, fuck those people. Bunch of assholes. Yeah. No bitrate. Bitrate says Jaffe jumps on his bed listening to Chapel Roan when no one's around. I'm not going to hide my love for music. I think she's great, man. I don't hide anything. That's ridiculous. Love what you love. I opened this show to Phil Collins. People back in his day, people now will talk about Phil Collins. Like, Phil Collins is great. I was there in the 80s when Susudio came out. And people were, you like Phil Collins? You're a fucking freak. And they didn't use that F word. They use other F word. I loved him then. I love him now. I don't apologize for what. Think about that. You're apologizing for what your brain serves up to you that you like. I better shut up about it because people make fun of me. Sony going broke for innovating technology, says Ravnos. I don't know. All I can tell you is I don't give a fuck about the goddamn handheld, but I know a lot of people do. I think the Switch is going to be looked at as a, everyone's just going to do that now. Even though you're going to have to harm the hardware, I guess, right? Because you're going to be coding to the handheld, which is still going to be super special. But if it can hook into a TV, man, I don't know enough about the tech to speak to it intelligently, so I don't want to go there. But I know that the Switch, anyway, is going to run something worse in handheld mode versus docked mode. And I don't know if that is just comes with the territory when you're making something like that or not. But I do think they have conditioned people, and we see it with Xbox, and now we're seeing it with Sony, and the rumor today that they are going to get into the handheld space again, Sony. I assume all of them are going to be making dockable and non-dockable hardware, because the idea of a dedicated handheld is pretty stupid. Because Sony's terrible at making software for anything other than their main thing. They drop it after a couple of months, man. So you better hope their handheld is not about dedicated fucking games that you can only play there, like the PSP Vita or whatever. Why the New York coffee shop? I don't know. I went to YouTube and I said, give me a background, and that's what came up, and it was good enough for me. I didn't say PSP wasn't amazing. God. See, this is what I'm saying. It's hard to be me talking to you. Ravnos. I didn't say it wasn't amazing. I said that Sony consistently drops support, first-party support, for their peripherals. Whether it's the Move, the PSP, the Vita, the PSVR 2. To be fair, the PSVR 1 did get more support than usual. But that's kind of what they do at Sony. So the last thing I want to get behind, unlike Nintendo that will make things, or used to make things dedicated to the Game Boy, or the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Color, the 3DS, whatever, Sony never seemed to do that. And so, no. And frankly, the world has opened up with the Steam Deck with the ability to play pretty much anything you want in the cloud, which is getting better for more and more people every week. And I hope that if they really think the portal is the future, that they open that up to lots of other apps and lots of other things. But we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Yeah. So, can you replace me for a day? No. Why? Why? Go make your own show. Why would I want you to replace me? What's fun for me about that? What's in it for me? You want to pay me? If you want to pay me to host the show, but you host it, yeah, I'll take your ducats for that. That'll be a tier. You know, why not? Can I react to the psychic? No, I'm not going to react to that because I mean, I assume it's making fun of the kid, or is it a real thing? I don't mock neurodivergent folks, buddy. But maybe that's not what it is. So I'm jumping to a conclusion that maybe I shouldn't. Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, let me look at it real quick and see if it's something I think is appropriate. 1 second. Psychic, autistic kid. Expert reveals the spiritual side of kids with autism. What are you talking about? Telepathy tapes. Look up telepathy tapes. 2 minutes. For centuries, we've tiptoed around the idea of extrasensory perception, the idea humans can perceive information. All right, let's put it up and see. No, it's the real deal. It's a real deal. Let's give it a look. This is, let's see if this is worth watching. If I get bored, though, I'm turning it off because, you know, I get bored easily. Kalima. Hang on now. Come on now. All right, here we go.
My son said to me, I can hear thoughts. And I said, impossible. And he said to me, you don't get the kind of gifts that I have if you lie.
Let's please multiply 2 numbers and see if he gets it.
Okay, what is it?
9, 0, 0.
Unbelievable.
1.
Maybe shuffle again, Dr. Powell. Oh.
Play.
Can I first off tell you why I'm skeptical? Can anybody guess why I'm immediately skeptical? In the meantime, Alex, I see you. I'll bring you in a second. This is faker than Jaffe's sex tape. Hey, your mom needed the money, bitch. Hello, Septic Sauce. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you for your support, as always. It's not that he can see it in his glasses, no. I didn't say it's fake. I don't know if it's fake, but I'm saying, can you tell why I'm skeptical? I didn't say it wasn't real. It might be real. Cooper says he's too attractive to have special powers. No. Here's the reason why. It's got nothing to do with anything you're seeing. It has everything to do with what you're hearing. Why, if this was real, do I need theme music? Why do I need music that's the music is doing the shorthand work or using shorthand to tell me this means something, this is important, this is special, this is magical. If it was, I wouldn't need the fucking theme music, okay? That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying that means it's fake. That means that my guard is now up because you do that and you're trying to entertain. You're not trying to educate. But here we go.
0.
Unbelievable.
1.
Maybe shuffle again, Dr. Powell. Oh.
Play. 2.
So he got the plus, too.
I was wondering, because I was looking at the 2 the whole time and I saw his hand going somewhere else.
What is this phenomena happening? Why are his mind and my mind completely connected?
I knew that a lot of people would think, boy, Diane's gone off the deep end. But
That's the risk any scientist takes when they challenge the current paradigm.
Joining us today to shed some light.
It doesn't matter if it's boring without music. What is the goal? Is the goal to prove that telepathy is real? Because that, to me, seems like you'd get a lot more hits than I saw an entertaining video.
Dr. Diane Powell.
I'm working with children who
It may be
have
real. I'm not
been
saying it's not.
reported by a parent to be able to read their mind.
The data was so compelling and accurate that I had to follow it, even though I knew I was risking my scientific reputation.
I started testing them, and I found that they were exceedingly accurate.
What is the next number?
After the medical board took my license away, I had to prove my sanity. And once I did, I said, I'm going to prove that ESP is real.
Dr. Tarrant, he's done these QEEG scans to see what's going on.
The biggest overall finding is really this increase of activation across all the brain waves. If there was no change, I would definitely be skeptical.
If you can show a consistent pattern, particularly from kid to kid, that's how science changes. You cannot fake this.
We want answers like, where does it come from? I want to know how and what am I supposed to do?
We can't all be crazy.
We are far more powerful than we can imagine, and the implications are huge for humanity and the planet.
So my reaction is, again, I am not a skeptic. I cannot stand skeptics. The world makes no sense. We have no idea what's going on. We have a right, and we should not be shamed because we are looking for answers outside of the norm. But at the same time, we need to be skeptical. Doesn't mean we need to be loaded and, prepared to never believe anything. But I don't get anything out of this. But again, I'm not saying it's not real. Would it be something you'd rather see for yourself? Well, I mean, that would be the best, but I'd rather see a more realistic study. For example, this is one we were talking about the other day, someone watching you. Right? So this, now again, I'm not saying this was done at some kind of brilliant, Harvard lab or something, but there were a number of people that were like, I can tell someone's watching me. And so they did a study on it, and the answer is no, they really could not tell that. And I may not be able to find it right now, but and it was like, oh, okay. And the way they showed the process of the study and all that, you were kind of like, okay. But like James Randi, look, I think James Randi is also kind of, he's dead now, and I respect him for his willingness to sort of debunk things, but I think you can go really too far in that too, to the point that you refuse to believe or have an open mind to things, and you take some kind of pride in being like, see, it's all bullshit. It's like, dude, we don't even know what the fuck we are as a species, we don't know what reality is. So, all right, let me bring in Alex real quick. Alex, what's up, buddy? Alex. Oh, hang on. Alex, are you there?
I can hear you.
All right, what's going on?
Yeah, Jaffe, I wanted to know if it's possible to reserve a spot for the Game Awards. You said it's a community show, right?
I haven't decided yet, but I think it's going to be a members-based show. Gene has said he wants to do it. I asked him if he wanted to do it. He said yes. And I love having Gene, but the more I think about it, maybe it's something we should make a community show where anybody who's like a Cult of Calypso member or above can just be in the chat room and we stream it. And if you want to watch it pristine, it's probably not the show for you. But if you want to watch a bunch of idiots watching it and making fun of it and smoking pot, then that might be the place to come watch the Game Awards. But I haven't decided yet.
Okay, that's awesome. That's what I wanted to know.
All right, thank you, Alex.
One more thing.
Uh-huh.
I wanted to know, Jaffe, let's say I wanted to become a gamer because I'm really thinking of jumping into games. So what is your advice for me? And I want to join a big company like, Activision.
A gamer or a game creator?
Game creator.
Oh, you left out a big word there. That's important.
I'm sorry.
Why do you want to join a big company like Activision?
I was looking at Activision. They've been successful for years now, and all their games are doing amazing. People are loving it. I love shooting games, so I said, might as well jump into a world of gaming and just do what you love. Create a game.
Okay, but what is it you would want to do?
I want to create the guns. I want to create the characters. I want to.
Wait, you want to build? You want to build
game.
the? Hang on. You want to build the 3D models? You want to do the animation of the way the guns
Yeah, I
roll?
want to create the 3D models, the guns, everything they show, and like not the world itself. Maybe I can work on the map.
Okay, so you
but it
want to make
depends.
You want to make 3D props.
Yes.
Okay, so what I would say is, do you do that already on your own with your computer?
I have some programming skills that I studied, programming and some web design.
Okay, but have you done 3D modeling?
No.
So how do you know you want to do it?
Well, that's a good question. I want
know.
to jump into it, but this is why I need you.
Right.
I
So
need
here's
to-
what you do. First off, be very careful if you're really looking to jump into a new career, because it's not that far from just going into AI and saying, make me a 3D gun and rig it for me, and it just works. Okay. But that said, though, there are still jobs, a lot of jobs. But so assuming you actually want to 3D model, download Blender, download Unreal 5, download, I'm not sure what the current, back when I was working in games, it was Maya, but I'm sure it's not that anymore. Might still be. And, spend a couple of weeks building models and go, is this fun for me? Then spend some time rigging a model and doing some basic animation and go, is this fun for me? And if you get to a point that you're like, it's fun, and you're like, hey, I'm kind of okay at this, then figure out how soon you want to enter the workforce. And if it's immediately, then you need to aim your goal lower. You're not going to get in at Activision, but you might be able to start building a portfolio of actual published work at a mobile phone company or a small game company, depending. Probably still going to take some time to get good enough to get those jobs. But if you really want to be at Activision, then you have to be one of the best. If you want to work at Respawn or you want to work at High Moon, Infinity Ward, whatever. And so you've got to, figure out how to get good enough to compete with the people that are, top of the food chain. That's what you do.
All right, gotcha. I wrote down now the notes. You told me the points, so I'm gonna download some of those programs.
Please
get into
do.
it.
Let us
Get
know.
your
Let us know
idea.
what you
Your
think.
idea is golden.
Let us know
I
what
was
you
kind
think.
of lost,
Yeah, but again, I would really, the real trick to any of this stuff is figuring out what it is you want to do, not what you think you want to do, not what you think sounds like a fun job. Do the work on your own and go, do I like it? And if you do, then you're ready to go to the next step and go, what is it I want out of this? And what can best get me to that location is what I would say.
Okay, thank you so much, Jaffe.
All right, buddy. Good to talk to you as always. Wayne B., I didn't say that. You did not hear me right. I will stream the Game Awards to everyone. What I said is, if I don't have like a couple of people on like last year, like Gaz and Gene and stuff and Bukaki, I may just kind of open up the voice chat in Cult Calypso. So we'll be streaming it to everyone, but it will be a conversation though, between anyone who's a Cult Calypso member and above and a mod that wants to just drop into the room is what I said. But no, I'll stream it to everybody. Ludo, it's Jaffe. What's going on, champion? Ludo, are you there? Oh, he might be there. No, he's muted. You've muted yourself, Ludo. This is a you problem. Maybe it's a me problem. Ludo, you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
What's going on, champ? What's up?
You hear me?
Yep.
Okay, I want to ask you a question about something. So, what do you think about players that sucks at games? Do they have a place in video games industry?
What kind of games?
No, I'm saying like the people who sucks at playing games. Do you think they have also their place? Like people who sucks at playing video games.
Oh, sucks. People who suck at playing video games.
At playing games.
And what do you want to know about people who are not good at playing video games?
Yeah, so do you think that they have also their place in the market of the industry?
As creators or as purchasers?
No, as players, as purchasers.
As purchasers?
Yeah.
Well, are you joking?
No, I'm not joking. Because I see more and more games that are more and more challenging. I mean, some games have always been challenging, But when I see, like for example, I don't consider myself like a very good player. I'm average, okay, but I think that they are worse player than I am.
I'm terrible at it.
Yeah, so for example, in Stalker 2, just to talk about that game, the game is awesome, but I think it's very unfair and sometimes, right? And I can feel like, and I feel sometimes like, oh, if I am if I struggle with that game at some points, you know, like, and I'm average player, and what will feel the guy who is even worse than me?
Are you playing it on easy mode or hard mode?
Easy mode, yeah.
Okay, I'm playing on easy mode as well. But yeah, I mean, look, there is ultimately going to be a game that is not going to connect with people, and one of the reasons is maybe it's too difficult to play. I do think that will be a problem that we are going to put in the rearview mirror as adjusting AI difficulty comes online bigger and better. But right now, though, I think, yeah, I mean, that doesn't mean there's no place for them. There's plenty of games people can play. My ex-wife plays solitaire all the time, computer solitaire, which I know that a gamer would say that's not a real fucking game, but it is to her. It's enough of a game to her that it brings her joy. I love casual games or cozy games or whatever it is. Right? I mean, I'll show you. In fact, I'm going to show you right now. I played this game the other day. I'll put this on screen so you guys can see it. And I actually told, I tweeted about it because I said this game is so close to being really fucking awesome. And they just really dropped the ball on some basic stuff. And I just tweeted that, and they wrote me and said, oh, we would love to know your thoughts. Let us know what it is about our game that, you know, you think would improve the game. And I said, okay, well, I'll make a video, and could you give me a code? And they said, sure. And it's a casual game. So I'm going to put this on in a couple of minutes, and we'll talk about it. I'll show you the stuff, and then I'm going to send these guys the link so they can see it. But I'll show you this game because it's a cool game. But I'll also, you know, create a video for them of like, here's some simple things. But the point is, this game, Cook for Love, is absolutely a cozy game. It's an easy to play game. And there's a big industry in that. And as gamers get older, kids like me who came up with the first video games, we still like to play, but I more and more find myself setting shit on easy now. Yeah. And I love that. I'm loving Stalker 2 on easy. I probably would hate it if I was playing it on normal mode.
The problem is that the game is kind of some passage of the game are very easy, and others are very like you have to be like unfair as the game is unfair towards you, right? You have to like climb over barrels to kill those fucking dogs that attacks you. Or those rats. Or
yeah,
those
the dogs are
like...
annoying. They're super annoying. But I mean, you know, I haven't found them to be unfair. I just jump up on places they can't get to and kill them from the ledge.
Yeah, but the problem is that every time I climb over a car, for example, to be out of reach for them, they hide themselves in the basement.
Yeah, well, dogs are going to dogs, baby. You got to figure something out. Throw a grenade in the basement.
Yeah, and also the problem is that...
Don't like I gave you some great advice and then you like you didn't listen because it defeats your argument. Don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me, Frenchman.
I fuck with you if I want to fuck with you,
You
Jaffe.
won't because you live in a place where the sin is full of shit, and the first thing that's going down when the war starts, the Eiffel Tower. You know it, I know it.
What?
Oh, come on, the French. The French.
Hey.
What have the French given us besides great art and great food and great women and music and theater?
Wine, fromage, and bread.
The fuck is fromage? What is that? Some kind of weird disease?
Cheese.
Oh, cheese. Oh, you guys invented the cow, did you? But seriously, Ludo, what I will say is I saw somebody say this recently about getting older and gaming, and they said, you know what? In fact, I think it was on IGN or something, but it was a guy who was going, he loves Call of Duty, and he's like, I'm never going to be able to be competing with the younger kids, But when you get older, there are things you gain. You gain kind of tactical thinking that gets stronger, certain kinds of sort of spatial awareness, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, hey, here are some builds that you can create for your guy that plays into what older people are better at on the battlefield. So I love that that's even a conversation at this point, and I think more and more games are going to address it because it's going to be a very lucrative part of the market because people don't stop gaming. They may stop certain kinds of gaming, but interactivity is not just for young people.
Right now, I'm 35 years old, so I would consider myself in the not exactly old, but I would say I'm not young. I mean, I'm not in my 20s anymore. Okay, but the thing is, the older I get, the less I am, the less of I'm not as good as I was before.
No, because your reflexes take a hit.
So that's the problem.
It's not a problem.
It can be a problem.
Why is it a problem?
Because if games get, because look at you have all those Souls games, like those games are very good, very good games, right? But the problem is that the games have demands enough standards of, I mean, they have difficulty standards, right? So you have to adapt to the difficulty of the game. And if you cannot
okay, but one of the reasons,
yeah,
you're right. But one of the reasons I love those games, those particular games you're talking about, is because they both offer, if you're thinking like, well, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Elden Ring, they all offer the ability to deal with the situation in other ways. So like a lot of times people will watch me play Elden Ring or Bloodborne and go, Jaffe, here's how you beat the boss. And I'm like, I can't process that telegraphed animation where the guy's about to draw back and swing the sword as fast as you can. I can't respond. But what I can do is recognize, hey, there are these 3 stats that if I go off and level up these stats and do some exploring and puzzle solving, I can come back and I'm able to deal with the monster because I've put my time less into getting good at the reflex standpoint and much more into the creating the character standpoint. So that's why I think those games are so great.
Yeah, you are farming basically. You are just trying to level up the character so that you can. It's easier for you to pass the boss. Okay.
Correct. In certain areas.
But
again, though, all this is going away with AI, and more importantly, I think I would love to hear the next consoles. And I don't care. Take away the fucking trophies. I don't need trophies at my age. I never needed them. But I would love for there to be a standard, just like Sony put a share button on the PlayStation controller at one point. I would love there to be a speed button, and every game just has to deal with it, unless you're talking about like an online multiplayer game. And it's like, hey, just like in the Spider-Man game where the speed can go from 100 down to 50, just like in Roller Dome, it can go from 100 to like 25. If you want to slow the game down, you can fucking do that. I would
like also that games have like true AI would regulate the difficulty automatically depending of your style of the way you play the game.
Yes, of course, that is happening, and it will become very robust to the point that this conversation will be antiquated and not necessary because of that. Let me ask you one more thing before I let you go. If you go into McDonald's and you say you want to order 2 pieces of bread with a hamburger patty and fromage, what is that called?
Big Mac?
You call it a Big
hamburger?
Mac? Okay, so it's not a Royale with cheese.
Ah, okay, yeah, that's a cheeseburger, no?
I don't know. I don't live where you live.
Right. Yeah, the problem is that the sandwiches in McDonald's in France are not the same as in America.
Okay, well, maybe if you guys, would have won the war.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always good to talk to you, Ludo. Thank you, buddy, for calling. I really do appreciate it. It's good. It's an important conversation. Seriously, it's going to be a big segment of the market moving forward.
Because the problem, Jaffe, is like why do I bring up the subject?
I don't know, but I've already gotten bored of it. So God, you better have something good to follow it up with. What do you got?
No, the problem is that that subject that we talk is very important because there are more and more people who are. Who get older, like the old generation gets older right now, and they are less. I mean, there are more and more people who are casuals, right?
Yep.
Lesser and lesser hardcore gamers.
Yep.
So they don't want
everything that you've just said. We've already talked about. You're bringing nothing new. Here's what I want you to do for me. Here's what I need, Ludo. Pick a number between 1 and 20. Go.
10.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now pick top or bottom.
Bottom.
Okay, your spirit superhero is the Black Panther. There you go. There you go.
What the fuck?
You got them right. Be well, buddy. I'll talk to you later, Ludo. Thank you for calling, bud. Always nice to talk to you, sir.
One last
oh,
thing.
Lord. What is it? What is it, my French friend?
It was Alex who insisted that I join the room. It's his fault.
I don't mind you calling. I like it when you call. But I'm just saying, we've exhausted the gas in the tank of the conversation, have we not?
Yeah, of course. But
goddamn right. All right. Thanks, Ludo.
Yeah, okay.
Good to talk to you, buddy. No problem. There he goes, fellas. Okay. Yeah, the Black Panther. Oui. Okay. Listen, I want to show you this. I'm kind of tired. That conversation. Oh, fuck you, sound test. I feel like this conversation Jaffe is having is why people are mean to him. Let me tell you something. Sound test. I do think one of my faults, one of my problems, is people don't know when I'm fucking joking around. Trust me, if I hate you, you ain't coming on the show. Or if I disagree with you, you may come on the show. But if you come on the show and you disrespect people, you'll know I'm not a fan. So Ludo knows I'm a fan of his, and he knows we tease him about his accent. And I'm joking around. Anybody that thinks that I'm serious when I do that shit, I'm just fucking around, man. I'm a people person. I like people. Well, not all of them. I don't like you, but I like most people. See that? But we live in the world now, man, where I have to kind of go, wink. Right? Wink. Did I wink enough for you, you cock goblin motherfucking sound test? No. Do you guys want to see Cook for Love, or should I do it later? You guys like, I don't want to see that. Jaffe, make a video. Shut up. Shut up. Make a video, you fuck. What do we want to do? We want to wrap it up, or we want to see Cook for Love? That's the question. What are we doing, boys and boysetties? I'm waiting. Cook for Love is a casual game that I told the developer, I said, hey, I'll play it, and I'll tell you some of the things that I think are holding it back. Okay. All right. I need somebody to call in right now. I got to go to the kitchen, and I need to get a Diet Coke and some Tootsie Rolls. But I don't want to leave the chat hanging. So somebody call in. I'll put you on. I'll let you host the show. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Don't be a little bitch about it. Just get on the goddamn call-in waiting room, and I'll put you on, and you can talk to the chat and take their comments and keep people entertained. And then I'll be back in 2 minutes. But I'm not leaving until, I need somebody on there. I don't care if you've already called. P. Turtle can call in. Ludo can call back. Hell, Alex can take my... I don't give a shit. I just got to pee like a racehorse and pick up some Tootsie Rolls and Diet Coke. We got Bukaki. There you go. Bukaki, you there? Let me see. I can't hear him, though. He don't know how to turn on the microphone. Bukaki. Nobody can hear you. It sounds like you're whispering. It sounds like you're goddamn whispering like a fucking little baby.
Are you gonna go get a fucking Diet Coke?
Yeah, I would love to, but no one can hear you right now.
Why?
It's really low. Can you guys hear Bukaki? Like, I can barely hear you, and I got you turned all the way up.
Are you fucking with me?
No. Yeah, they look at the chat. They can't hear you. I mean, I can hear you. I can hear you say, are you fucking with me? Gina says barely. Gina, get on the mic. Talk to people about your new interview show. Come on now. It's weird, Bukaki. I mean, I see you're talking. I have your volume turned up in the Discord. But it's real quiet. Yeah, Zack says drain the cum from your mouth. Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, no, none of us can hear you. Zeke says it's your high T, low volume. Yeah, you gotta choose one. Okay. Well, I can't bring on Gina. That's up to Gina. And she's weird. God, she's so weird. Because she's out there, she's like social, and she used to be an agent. She's used to talking to people and work in a room. She's got an interview show, and I'll say, cool, Gina, come on. I'm shy. I'm not good on camera. I'm like, dude, fucking get on the microphone, Gina, you nerd. Well, I guess we'll sit here for a while. PK99, pick a number 1 to 10. I'll tell you your superhero fucking animal, spirit, creature, whatever.
I don't know how my shit's not working.
I'm not... It's not that she's going to take it. Look at her response was LOL. Get in here, Gina. Come on, nerd. Okay, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Pick top or bottom, PK97, 99. Top or bottom, top or bottom, top or bottom. Top or bottom. Oh, oui, Frenchie. Top or bottom, top or bottom. Okay, he says top. You are... Oh, that's not good, buddy. You are the Red Skull. You are the Red Skull is your spirit superhero. All right, well, I guess we got no one who's going to take over the chat, fellas. So I guess, I mean, how hard is it? Are you guys shy? Look at you guys. We got 3 new people in the Discord. Where are they not coming in? Who do we got? We got Jarpargs or some such nonsense. Zag and Spice and Verbs. And none of them are putting themselves in the call-in show waiting room. Waiting for Guffman. Waiting for Guffman is one of the funniest fucking movies ever. Well, Calpy? Oh, really? No one can hear you, Bukaki. What's going on?
I don't know.
I mean, I know you're talking. Go into your Discord and right-click your name. What's your user volume at? Cooper. Oh shit, Cooper just gave us a bunch of codes. What did he give us? The sequel came out last week. Oh, cool. Oh shit, man. These are movie codes, Cooper? Okay, I'll talk about that on tomorrow's show. I want to kind of build it up a little bit. That's cool, man. Thank you, bud. You just go to the Discord. Somebody give him a Discord link. Anybody? You guys have a Discord? Maybe Bukaki's using the wrong mic. King, you don't see the call-in room. It's under Gabbin and Games, and it's at the bottom. It says call-in waiting room. Yeah, Ludo, call back. I need somebody in here so I can go take a pee. All these guys have teams. Look at me do it without a team. That's the shit. I didn't mess shit up, Bukaki. It's simply everybody's saying they can't do it. They can't hear you. It looks like Ludo is going to come in. Let's see if this French fuck can make it work. If he can make it work and you can't, the fuck is going on? Hey, are you there? I'm curious. Do you even celebrate Thanksgiving, or it's something that you don't really think about?
What?
I'm here. I don't celebrate anything in the traditional sense, but I think Thanksgiving is such an interesting holiday. I love hearing how different people celebrate.
The AI.
Whether it's all about the food, spending time with loved ones, or just taking the day to chill.
All right, we got some
What's
people.
your take on it?
I'm going to
Do you
bring
go big or keep it low key?
All right, here we go. All right, you guys be nice to everybody. I'm going to leave you guys in the good hands of King, OTNW, Movie Maniac, Bukaki, if you can hear him, Ludo, and the funniest man in his own mind, Usain Bolt.
Yo.
I'll be back in like 3 minutes, you guys. Be nice to everybody.
Okay.
Don't break anything.
Okay. Can I entertain the people right now?
I don't know. Can you entertain the people right now?
Did he go?
Okay,
I'm
I'm
supposed to be entertaining the people.
Oh,
what's happening?
Oh my god.
Invite people. All right, here's a new link to the Discord. There you go, champions. Oh, is it really a clusterfuck? What? Yeah, look at all those fuckers we got in there. All right, you guys take over. I'll be back in a second. Good night, Mr. Zag. Good to see you, bud.
Okay, we'll take over. You go do your thing.
You can trust us, Jaffe, to mess it up, man.
So what do you guys think of the fact, you know how that guy who called in a few minutes ago was talking about how, you know, newcomers coming into gaming, it's too hard for them to play like a Souls-like game? Like if that was their first exposure coming in, that they would just be thrown off of video games? I come from an era of having my first console was Pong and had Atari and went all the way through. And games did used to be easier. Do you guys think that easier games need to be released so the general public we can recruit more players?
I don't know. I think there's so many accessible games now, like probably more than ever. Like I remember getting my ass kicked on NES when I was a kid.
What the fuck?
Well, just the controller alone to people who don't play video games is like really daunting because there's so many buttons.
That's true. I mean, I guess that is the sort of thing you grow with. Like, I grew up with the NES being my first system and growing up with it. So yeah, you do kind of get used to it eventually. As the games get more complicated, you get more used to it. But I don't know, man. Like, I think they're just as tricky as it's always been. And I think like there's so much tech now too that everyone's used to using gadgets for everything that I don't think it's asking that much.
No, well, my ex-wife tried to get into gaming, and she started with Astrobot and then went on to Ratchet and Clank. So she caught on. The hardest thing for her was the stick on the right-hand side, controlling the camera and functioning.
Hey, awesome, Tatum.
My question for you guys is, do you like hard games?
What did you say?
I don't, personally.
Do you like hard games?
I don't finish them, but I play them for probably 8 to 10 hours.
What's a hard game?
Elden Ring.
Depends on what is hard for you, for example.
A game that's challenging, difficult.
Oh, can you guys hear me now?
Now we
Yeah,
can,
we
but
can
now
hear.
I'm back and it's time to start the show
Okay.
again. I hope you guys didn't break anything.
Cool. I'm kicking all of you out.
Everything.
Go.
God damn it.
Kick me.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, we'll see you soon. Bye, everybody. All right, here we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm going to eat this thing first. What were you guys talking about?
The fucking nerdy ass bullshit nobody
Yeah.
gives a fuck about.
Yeah, so how'd you find your voice?
Just no, nothing was wrong.
He stopped the weed, that's why.
I agreed with the guy who said that for incoming gamers, gaming is too hard because just the amount of buttons on the controller alone throws people off, and especially moving the camera.
Probably
Yeah.
ambidextrous.
Yeah.
Fuck you, awesome Tatum. How about that?
The thing is, I have nothing against challenging games actually, but the problem is that control sometimes and mechanics that are not well done in some video games that pisses me off.
Do you remember Ludo in the movie Revenge of the Nerds? When Booger was like, "We've got Bush." Remember that?
I remember that.
Are you trying to say he's Poindexter? He's like a French Poindexter?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a French Poindexter. Okay, explain your case right now.
We.
Yeah, I'm an American fucker. Tell me what's your point right now?
Jaffe,
What do you
can
get
I
mad
ask
about?
you
First of all,
a
Poindexter gets
question?
pussy and he smokes weed in the movie. Like, I don't know what the problem is. Like, he's cool in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. Well, so what's the point?
What's the problem with being called that?
You gotta be a
Oh.
Booger fan.
He's the one that
Booger's
got
awesome.
barred about it.
The problem is that I never saw the movie, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, you should watch it. It's fun.
Booger comes through, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gets with those Omega moves.
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
Jaffe, are we playing Call of Duty?
Oh, shut the fuck up, Alex. Eventually,
Alex.
yeah.
Hey,
Alex,
Jaffe.
if you're a worthless pussy, disconnect right now. Oh, that's crazy.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm not playing Call of Duty because I've tried my ass off to find how to join Cult of Calypso on the phone because I don't have a PC, and you can't do it.
I think you can do it.
No, that when you click on the membership type, it comes up a blank field.
You need to go. I mean, it's such a pain in the ass. I don't blame you. But if you really do want to do it, which I would love, of course, you would go to you probably what kind of phone do you have?
Apple.
Yeah, you got to open it in Safari. You can't do it on the app.
Okay.
So
when
dumb.
are
It's
the
so
Call of Duty
dumb.
tryouts?
When are the Call of Duty tryouts?
1 Minute Gamer wants to know.
Less than a week away, but I got to look in the calendar.
Oh, well.
All right, let me
there
show you
go.
guys Cook for Love. Thanks, guys. Bye, everybody. I'm going to get out of this room.
All right, later.
Bye. Thanks for
Later.
taking the show.
You can't escape me.
All right, here we go. So here's what happened. There's this game, Cook for Love. And Cook for Love is a casual, cozy game. And I like games like this. They allow me to relax. You understand, Bukkake?
I can't wait.
You know. So I play it, the demo, and I say, hey, that's great. But there are some fundamental flaws, in my opinion. Now, again, they've play tested it. They know. They're not idiots. It's not like people who are like, I saw what's wrong with your game. I'll fix it. Shit's hard, and you only have so much time to fix what you can fix. I get it. But that said, I told them, yeah, I'll make a video. I'll tell you some of the things that made me kind of think about maybe not playing anymore, even though I really do like it. I really do like it.
I'll give my notes as well.
Give your notes. Absolutely. Okay, here we go. This is called Cook is Love. It is about a restaurant. I think it's in France even. Ludo may love this. I think it's in France. And the guy, the lead chef, is called away. Hello, Hector. The lead chef is called away on some sort of very important business. And so you are the guy that is left to take care of shit and go, hey, it's my restaurant now. This is a challenging day for him. That's our scenario. That's our setup. That's our narrative.
I already don't like this.
Okay, well, you're just because it's
red-haired guy.
woke. Just because it's woke. Okay, here
There's
we go.
2 gay guys cooking. It's way too woke.
Nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with that? Okay. Hell, chances
Could be
are.
2 hot chicks.
Chances are, I don't know if this is true or not. You should do me a favor if you get a moment, Bukkake. Look up, on the whole, do gay men cook better than straight women? There's no way to know, but I'm curious what the conventional wisdom is.
I'll ask AI.
Yeah, why don't you ask AI? All right.
It says no. The idea that gay men cook better than straight women is a harmful stereotype and not supported by any evidence.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Probably. Okay, so these people come to his house, to his restaurant, and say, hey, I'm your neighbor, and I got my kid, and we'll give you some pots and pans to cook with. He says, all right, that's nice. I appreciate it. I'll make you some stuff. So he says, yeah, I'll do it. Not a problem. So here he is. He starts cooking. And this is the game, basically. Coming up, not this, but the game coming up is where you cook. Okay. So it starts off saying, hey, you got to make tomato juice. All right, cool. I can do that.
Oh. Very interesting narrative.
It's cozy. This is like when it's raining outside and you've had a rough week and you just want to be in with your, I don't know, your dog, and just shut up. Shut up, Zeke. Zeke says the restaurant is doomed. Shut the fuck up, Zeke. This is a cozy game. He says, hey, you want to make tomato juice for Maria? That can be done. You get some tomatoes, you puree them up, you put it in a fucking glass. Not a problem.
I didn't know this guy was a Michelin star chef blending a fucking tomato.
Listen, this is his first gig. Give him a minute. This is like Alex trying to figure out how to get on the internet. Like, you know.
Hey,
all right.
Jaffe.
Okay, listen now. So there you take.
Are we going to play Call of Duty?
You take the tomatoes, you put them in the blender there. You don't have to put the top back on. That would be fun, but you don't. And you turn it on. Okay? Now, this is a little gross. This is not a problem, but I wish they would let you pour it into the dish. Instead, it comes out as this globule.
Okay, this is my first complaint. You have to put the lid on the blender. This is bullshit already.
It's okay. I know. Hang on.
Mike said game is not woke. It is whack.
So here's one of the problems I have, which is, hang on. I want to turn the music
How to
down.
memorize? You looked up a YouTube video on how to memorize something?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, show it to me. Hang on, let me do this first, though. Control. Let me just turn the music down a little. Oh, we made Hot Pockets the other night. It was awesome. Okay. Okay. No, I don't want to start again. Fine, we'll start again.
Oh my god.
Doesn't matter. Shut up. Okay, so here's the problem. Okay, so you make the tomatoes. How to memorize? Where's how to memorize?
It was in one of your fucking tabs.
Let me see.
I'm trying to deny it.
I'm not trying to deny it. I'm trying to see it. Oh, no. What was I looking up? No, this is the test about querying if somebody's watching you that we couldn't find. You don't fuck with me. I have no shame. I'll show you all my shit. This is great. Okay. The selective attention one is excellent. But anyway. Okay.
Go back to the game. What are you doing?
Okay, so you read the recipe, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here we go. Okay, this is quick. It takes a second. Oh my God. Okay. You put this in the blender.
Bro, how many tabs do you have open?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
God damn.
Okay. You put it in this. Okay, here's problem number one. You have been conditioned to hit these buttons to move to the next step. I got to go down to this fucking bell to say I'm done. I don't like that. It's a real problem because it breaks the flow. This bell should either be here or up here, or it should just appear right by this when you finish the glass. So you put the thing in, and yeah, you can move to the right if you want to. Maybe there's a reason you need to. But this should not be down here. This should be here, and it should just be bouncing. So it's like, okay, I'm ready to hit the ring bell. Also, there's no sound, so it's not satisfying to hit it. Okay, that's the first problem. I know that's not a major thing, but it gets in the way. Gets in the way. Shut up, Mike. All right, made some nice
Is this
banana.
better than Star
Oh,
Wars?
I don't even think I made the banana milk. Is it ready? Okay.
Yeah.
We did it. Okay, so we need been. Okay, again, I like this. I'm not fucking around. It's fun. I mean, I'm not.
That's what I said. He said, "Why didn't it go everywhere? Lid wasn't on."
I'm not suggesting it's a game of the year, but it's fun. How much money would I pay for this? It depends where it goes, but this is the problem I have with the game. We're about to get there, okay? So now we're gonna make strawberry milk. Okay, I can do that. Not a problem. Let's get some strawberries. Let's get a jug of milk here. Let's move down the road. All right, let's. I think we have to chop the strawberries up, right? Yep, let's
So
chop.
if you went back to that fridge and took the mushrooms out and just made the wrong thing.
My guess is because we're in a tutorial, we can't fuck it up yet.
Okay.
But eventually, I hope that is the case. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Let's make a little strawberry milk. Fine, we can do that. Yes, fried chicken is disgusting. Doesn't taste disgusting. It tastes fantastic.
Fried chicken is fucking amazing.
But it's all disgusting. And then now you've made this milk, right? So the second problem with this game so far is that it doesn't, at least, and I've played it for like 40 minutes so far, it doesn't really ever get any more interesting in terms of what they want you to make. So now, okay, we're going to make hot cocoa, I think. Or maybe more milk. I don't know. Let's find out. Okay, so now it's chocolate and milk. It's like, it's the same fucking thing. And they just
chop up chocolate.
Yeah, and I'm just like, okay, I get it. I don't need to make every fucking recipe to learn, like, get to the game, right? So now I'm doing this. It's not a banana. Now it's chocolate, right? So it's just kind of like, okay, we'll keep going.
Wayne said, Jaffe's about to make 10 videos defending this game from the haters.
There's nothing wrong with the game. It's a good, cozy game, Wayne. But something can be good and have a little bit of improvements, and it becomes better than good.
Yeah, actually, Grum's hot cocoa, dude.
I do, bitch, but I'm trying to get the. Am I what?
Are you an R word?
Oh my god! Look at Gina. All Gina does. Gina's probably like doing something else right now, and they're like, "Hey, Gina, they mention you. Just type LOL. Make them think you give a fuck. Just type LOL, Gina. Fine. Is it not done? Maybe it's not done yet.
Did you turn the stove on?
Yeah, but I think you have to wait for the smoke. No, you had to wait for the smoke. Now look at it coming up. Everything's coming up Jaffe. This Thursday nights on ABC. Okay, check it out. All right, we made some hot chocolate.
Is this a preview of what you're making me for Thanksgiving?
You goddamn right. Goddamn right. But I'm putting ayahuasca in there.
I would be so down.
And then I'm going to shine a laser beam in your eye to see if you can see the code of the universe.
I could bring so many drugs to your... But you're privileged and have money.
Yeah, well, anybody who buys something should have money before they buy it. Okay, so.
I'm saying, as a gamer with limited resources, I'm not spending $15.99.
Oh, okay, sure. If you're not, if you don't have any money, or you have a very limited budget, and you don't.
I'm just putting myself in the shoes.
And you
of
don't
the
like
average
you
Jaffe,
don't like cozy
viewer.
games, then.
Like this, when I worked at the grocery store, when I worked at fucking Dairy Queen, I had to do this kind of shit.
Well, you're not working there anymore, so you must not have figured it out too good. Must have been not good at the games, but yeah, go ahead and mock the game. Why not?
I was too good.
This is like stretching the length of the campaign using fetch missions. I know. It's terrible. It's not a terrible game, but it's like, come on, guys, let's go.
99 makes a good point. I know what shit looks like. I deal with it on a daily basis.
Wow. Do you really? Do you actually have to see it and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh God. Have you ever seen anything in there that shouldn't be in shit? The people who made this game, they're all very wholesome and shit. They're like, what are they talking about while they're playing our game?
Well, we did pull like a bunch of roots and shit out of a manhole the other day, but I mean nothing like weird. But just that happens.
Oh, that's not fun.
Like any dildos.
Oh, here we go. Oh, you know what? Let's do it with the carrot and a potato. And now let's do it with mushrooms. It's the same thing, you guys. Come on. I love this. I want to love this, but it's driving me crazy. Jaffe, I'm telling you, when I go on a PC and try to switch membership options, the $6.99 is the only one there.
What the fuck are you talking about, Anthony?
send me a screen grab without any of your personal shit. I just want to see
Send us your credit card number.
yeah,
Social
I just
Security
want to see what your
number.
interface is you're getting, because you're saying you're doing that on Safari, and you're doing that on your phone, and
trying
that's
to do?
he's trying to up his membership, which I would love. I appreciate, but I don't understand. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Now it's
Dominic Bandito, you like the worst games for some reason.
This is not a bad game, you whore. Here's the reason I like this game. Because not every game needs to be bang, bang, shoot, shoot. This is a game. Look, don't you guys ever, and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you don't, but you should. Don't you ever come home, or it's a rough day, it's a long day, the lights you turn down, you're about to kind of like head out, and you're like, I don't want to get all crazy, but I just want to relax. And you put something in like this, and it's nice, it's peaceful, it's cozy, it's wonderful. That's why I hated it. That's why.
That's like something to
Wait, I already did it. What do I got to do now? I gave you your fucking Capri salad, you fucking whore. Hang on.
Yeah, when are we gonna make a fucking beef Wellington?
Well, you see, I hit the wrong button. I hit this instead of that. No, I like this. It needs to be kind of a little bit more, like, something needs to happen.
How much money did they give you?
Well, they didn't give me anything. They gave me a code, and they didn't even have to do that. I like the game. I played the demo. Okay, here we go. Here's a starter now. Interesting. You know. Hello,
Okay, now
Wallace.
it's looking a little more involved.
A little bit, but it's taken a long time to get there.
Yeah.
Let's go get
like
some.
If it would have started, like if this was like your second or third recipe.
Maybe this is a game that they started with and they have to be really careful because they're like, who's our audience? Shut up, Ravenos, you fuck. I don't love the game, but I like it. I am enjoying it. This is a peaceful game. I'm sure I lost. Fuck them. I don't care. PK's like, you lost 50 viewers playing this. I don't care.
Do your Jiminy Glick voice.
Which one? Wait. Hey, it's no joke, folks. I'm serious. I like this game. I do like this game. I don't give a shit. Just because somebody doesn't like it, I have to leave now. Fuck them.
I got better things to do.
Fucking Last Stand Media fucks. Oh, look at this. We got a new. See, we got a new little champion in here eating. Now we're gonna make.
Says, I see nothing wrong aside from the price. I will say that there's no way I would ever pay $15.99 for this.
Okay, maybe it's a little overpriced, but it's still chill. Still nice. Okay.
I would say like.
But now, see, now it's getting boring again. It's like, guys, this is boring. I just made the same fucking thing, and now you just want me to fucking put a pureed tomato in it. No, I don't think well, I'm going to, but, fuck you is my answer. Potatoes, tomatoes. And now I have to make it fun. Now I have to make it fun for myself by choosing to puree it first. Yeah, I'm telling you, Philip, it's got a problem with its pacing. I'll show you something after this real quick that's really good. Everybody, would you guys convince Philip to get Game Pass or a console? Good God almighty. He's like, I don't want to do that. And I'm like, you would love Last of Us, and you would love Ghost of Tsushima, and there's so many games that you would be like, shit, these are video games? You would love them. You would love them.
Philip, don't become a loser gamer like the rest of these guys.
Yeah. Shut up, Bukaki. Shut up, Bukaki. Fuck. I wouldn't worry. game. And, you know, I can't, you know, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah, because you've been talking shit about the game.
I have not been. I like the game yet. If you're a kid now or an adult, it's not that you have money or don't have money, but things have changed so much. All you need to play the biggest games of the year, you don't need a fucking PlayStation if you have good internet and you're close enough to a data center. You don't need to have an Xbox. You don't need a great PC. You get a TV, you get a $15 dongle, and you subscribe for a month. And look at the graphics on this. My graphics are better than anybody else's graphics playing this game, or as good if they're playing it on the highest end PC. And it's
what
streaming.
What GPU do you have in your computer?
It doesn't matter. It's not.
I'm asking you because I want to know.
Okay. How do I find that out? I don't even know, but I will tell you.
You don't fucking know.
No, because I'm not a fucking nerd. But tell me how to find out.
Oh my god.
Don't shut up, bitch. How do I find out? GPU? I don't fucking know. Settings. Philip says settings. Hey, you guys, look, Ravnos, you hit up NVIDIA and you say, there's this guy, and he's charming, and he's very charismatic, and he's also very attractive, and he won't shut up about the goddamn GeForce. You guys need to get him ducats, and he'll talk about this shit even more. You do that. It'll be better coming from you, Ravnos. Okay, I'm at settings.
HW info.
Type that there, HW info.
Yeah, that's what Gunny said.
No, fuck, he's wrong. Here's system.
Yeah, he is wrong. What the fuck? Yeah,
system info. What am I looking at, boys?
Display?
Just no, that's the fucking monitor.
I have system component. No, that's not. No, I don't remember how to check.
Power, focus.
Settings, system.
Don't know any of this stuff. Sys components.
About. Go to about.
No, here it is. Here it is.
About.
That ain't it. About?
Click on about.
Where's about?
All the way at the bottom. Go back.
About.
Go back.
Okay, here. About.
Okay,
I have a 13th gen Intel Core i7 13700 2.1 gigahertz, 32 gigs of RAM. Does that answer your condescending question, you moron?
No, that's your GPU.
That's not my GPU, the processor?
No, that's the processor.
Well, I don't fucking know where it says GPU. Where does it say GPU? Scroll down.
Scroll down.
All right, Ravenous, good to see you, bud. It doesn't say GPU. It says, where's GPU? Oh, you mean the graphics card.
Device manager.
Yeah, that might work.
Play adapters.
Device manager?
Yeah, right there. Literally, go down.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. Well, there's a delay, bitch. Okay, so then where do I go?
Go to display adapters.
Okay. Yeah.
'Cause he would make fun of you and be like, Jaffe's PC's better than what the fucking GeForce Now gives him, so I don't know why he doesn't just use his CPU.
Oh, you mean for the card?
PC.
For the graphics card? Yeah, no, my graphics card is one step below the highest, but because I'm streaming, I never use it for the PC. So.
Oh yeah, the Golden Knights won.
What's that?
Ravnos, you believed him? You thought he knew what he was talking about?
Yeah, it's a computer, Ravnos, you idiot.
How dumb could you be?
But look at this. There's no hardware. There's just like Netflix. This is GeForce, man.
Jaffe,
how cool is that? This is so.
Are you playing on GeForce now?
Yes, I am, Alex. I'm playing on GeForce. I do have a decent new PC, but it doesn't matter. You can run this off a fucking shitty laptop, man.
It's already old. The 5000 series is about to come out.
Yes, and when the 5000 comes out, guess who's going to have it day one? Me, because it'll be GeForce Now. All you fucking bitches out there like, my PS Pro, it's the current top of the... My top of the line changes with the fucking wind, and I only pay $19 a month for it. That's all I'm saying.
You should pay us mods in GeForce Now.
Hey, if they want to set something up, I'll do it.
Nah.
What do you mean, nah? It's not your call. You can't tell them what to do.
I don't.
Oh, okay.
Alex, where is my voice coming from? I'm pretty good at it, right?
It's pretty good. Like, really good.
Thank you. I spent like a whole night in front of the bathroom mirror.
Okay, so wait a minute, Anthony. You're saying this is 30 frames. I mean, does the game natively run at 30? I mean, they're not dropping it at GeForce Now down to 30.
Can't you check in the settings what your frame rate cap is?
I don't know. Let's find out. What would it be? Graphics or game?
Yeah, options.
Okay, it's not game.
Your quality's all the way up.
Yep, quality's at the very tippy top.
It's usually in the graphics settings.
Display. Here we go. Yeah, here we go. Frame control. I'm at 120. According to this, I mean, is that a lie?
I don't see why it would be. You could probably put an overlay over your game that'll tell you how many frames you're getting. Who really gives a
Yeah, I don't give a shit. But now I have it up to 240. I'm almost certain I won't be able to...
30 frames per second? That's unplayable.
I'm like, bro, I play Zelda on Switch. I don't give a fuck.
No, but this is... yeah, and I don't know. You're saying YouTube doesn't do it justice, but I mean, this is a beautiful fucking game.
Yeah, it probably doesn't look as good.
I hate that. I wonder why that is.
I don't know. Maybe your capture card and stuff. I don't know.
Oh, okay. The stream looks 30 because you're streaming. Got it. But it's not actually 30 because YouTube caps it at 30. I understand. Yeah. I'm encumbered, but I don't want to. I want to sell a bunch of shit.
Mean, it does not look like 30 frames per second from what I'm seeing.
On YouTube?
Yeah.
Well, I keep dying right here. I want to see if I can get through this. Yeah, there's a car up here.
I don't know why Robbo said YouTube has crazy compression, but I just picture him saying it very flamboyantly, like YouTube has crazy compression.
Wow, okay. All right, here we go.
Mario and Luigi Brothership for the Nintendo Switch gaming console.
Well, what I can tell you is the frame rate is, I mean, it might be low, but I don't think so.
It doesn't look like less than 60. Where's P Turtle today? Who knows?
I think I'm hitting that guy.
You shot him in the dick.
I mean, I must not be hitting him.
Oh yeah, there's a delay.
My mouse keeps going off the screen. It's pissing me off. Because I have...
Controller for this shit.
No, the mouse is the best for this. But I have my monitors. I have 3 monitors, and it keeps going to the wrong monitor. Oh my god, stop going to that fucking monitor, you bitch.
That's weird that I can see your mouse cursor and your gun is moving.
Oh my god. Oh my god. What the fuck?
Damn, you suck, dude.
No, I only suck because my fucking my mouse is moving over to my 3rd monitor. And so I can't aim or anything. Although that guy is not reacting. Philip's right. It's really strange. Like, it seems like it's hitting something. Maybe there's bullet drop, but...
I see blood.
Way to sell GeForce Now, LOL.
Shut up, Anthony! You fuck! Can't even figure out how to pay me more money. Okay, yeah, there is blood, right?
That sucks, Alex. I was really hoping you'd upgrade to Cult of Calypso so you could be on the stream, but that sucks that you can't. That's there. Oh man, that sucks.
I got him! Don't ask me why. That's bullshit right there.
Latency is a bitch, according to that guy.
Alright. There's a guy.
Your brother's kind of funny.
Yeah, kinda.
What happened to you?
You know what, bitch? Here's a thought. Why don't you go back to fucking your mother? Ha! That's all I got today. Oh my god, this piece of shit with the mouse. What? You'd think there would just be a setting, and instead it's like, oh, you have to go to your display bullshit. Fuck this horse shit, rinky-dink crap. I mean,
Probably
come on.
if you're using GeForce.
Oh my god.
Why are you talking about Christian, that guy?
Who?
Christine Weston Chandler.
Who the fuck is that?
He's the trans lady who was sexually assaulting his mother and got arrested.
So what what?
I don't know, he just randomly typed her name out in the thing. There's some news that we should know? What happened? I follow the Christian lore. Oof, I kid. Okay, well, shut up.
This is... Jesus. This is really hard to control right now, and it's got nothing to do with GeForce, you fucks.
I feel like if you were playing this on your Xbox, this wouldn't be happening.
That's true, but that's not... Like my mouse, you see where my mouse is, right? And now it's off the screen, and I have no control. And now it's back on the screen.
Well, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Is your thing in full screen?
Let's find out. It should be.
Christian got his girlfriend pregnant. Yeah, I heard about that. Kind of sad for you losers that he got somebody pregnant and you can't even touch a girl.
It says full screen. Full screen borderless window.
I thought you left Ravnos.
All right. Well, that's it anyway. It was a long stream. I got shit to do tonight. I got to go prep for Thanksgiving. So, all right. Listen, thank you guys for hanging out. Gina, I just saw your text. Tomorrow, maybe. Let me get some stuff done tonight, and I'll text you or I'll let you know in the morning. But very, very soon, this week, should not be a problem. Okay.
What are you doing with Gina, huh?
Shut up, idiot. She wants to go on a date with P. Turtle, and I said I'd give her his number.
Shut the fuck up.
She likes what she likes, man. All right. That's it, fellas. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Bukaki. Appreciate it, buddy.
Yeah.
Ah, shit. Spilled my cards everywhere. All right. Yeah, fuck you. I'm not hated at Last Stand. Fuck you.
Fucking hate your ass.